to give away.
Wow, that's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Taste of the Northside is tomorrow.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be broadcasting live out there.
We are going to be live out there at Taste of the Northside tomorrow. If you don't win tickets, promo code ESPN will save you $100 per ticket. What we're going to do, like last week, we had people subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can watch us live on YouTube as well. Easy to do there. Just YouTube and search San Antonio Sports Star. Today, we're going to play a game, and we're going to do this at 5:15. It's a game that we like to play. It's called Who Are You? So we're going to have a guest on. You should know who this guest is, but we're not going to promote who it is. You've got to guess with a series of questions. And we've even changed the rules a little bit on how to do this. Ryan Eagle has no idea who the guest is.
I have no clue.
No clue.
Nobody. Or no clue.
No clue.
It is a somebody, I'm assuming, but no clue.
It is a somebody. Good friend. Pro athlete type.
All right.
We've got do you have the sounder pledge? Can we hear the overly produced open for Who Are You?
It's time for Who Are You?
Who are you?
Who the hell is this?
I don't think you know who I am.
Who's this guy?
Who's this guy? Who is this?
Just guess who the guest is.
You know who it is?
It's Who Are You on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, so we're going to play that at 5:15.
Okay.
The added wrinkle is a Tim Spence special. He didn't think that Joe should know who the guest is. So we're going to see how this works.
We'll see how it works.
Because Joe's going to ask questions, try to figure it out. But you will be on the phone line. You could ask questions or guess, and whoever guesses who the guest is, say that 3 times fast, will win Taste of the Northside tickets for tomorrow night.
That is one heck of a prize.
It is.
Very good. So I'm looking forward to it. So I get to play along just like everybody else who's out there in radio land.
And whether you guess it or not, you still get to go to Taste of the Northside tomorrow because we're working.
I'm a winner either way.
It's our job. Work.
So I'm going to try and help somebody out there win these tickets.
Yes.
That's my job.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Like you tried to help your team win in our big old bragging rights golf tournament over the weekend, but Team Pledge victorious.
Let me just say this, and I've filed an official protest with Adam Silver,
Cuban. Of course you have.
Of the NBA.
I've already thrown it out.
Yes. Well, because we were supposed to have rules. And since I was playing with Tim Spence, the boss, we had to follow those rules.
Uh-huh.
Right? So
although
are there rules to follow?
I'm not sure that you guys did.
When I heard on R&R in the morning, I heard you say earlier, and I have no idea if Jimenez mentioned this, you guys only used 1 shot of Rob's all day. You guys didn't follow the rules either.
Exactly.
Well, Rob hit.
So take your protest.
Rob hit the ball.
Sort of.
Kind of. He had one beautiful drive, and it was nice. But Rob had a tough day. I was impressed with Spence. He played better than I thought he would. And then Jimmy, who I just met, who does the Trey Ware show and Sean Rima over at KTSA in the mornings. Nice guy, but he likes to swing with a cig in his mouth. But he hit some good shots too. So it was a fun day all the way around. I played well, though. I was happy about that.
Bottom line, it was a great day at the Golf Club of Texas.
It was.
And we've been, I think this is the 4th time I've played in the last couple of months. I played probably some of the best golf consistently long time. And I think part of that is I've been playing a lot more than the normal once or twice a year. I know I heard Rudy say, go party all night and show up at the golf course. I've got to do that every time. I don't know that I can.
Sure you
Although
can.
we had one hell of a Friday night.
Yeah.
On a dive bar bus tour for my wife's birthday. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun. I didn't even know some of these places existed,
I mean,
but it was fun to go in and see them. I think we hit about 6
bars.
Yeah.
Plenty of drinking on the bus. You
Sure.
do this with a guy that's driving sober with a GPS.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, while we had places mapped out, we didn't hit all the places that were mapped out because, as you might expect, well, what about this place? Let's go there. What I didn't realize is 2 of the places that we hit up ended up being karaoke bars, which all the ladies loved.
They did.
None of the guys sang, which is good. And I think it was Rob Thompson that qualified it. A good dive bar to make it right now has to have a karaoke machine.
Well, and the 2 that did, I mean, well, one of them, they weren't very good. The other one we went to, they were okay.
Yeah. And then Mike Jimenez who wasn't on the bus with us, but at the golf course was like, those were all my spots from the 90s. And that doesn't surprise me one bit.
Well,
So a couple of things to learn from the Blitz as we start this Monday afternoon. If you've got a great friend or you got a group of great friends, a dive bar tour is a lot of fun. You should do that.
yeah, it is fun.
2, get the guys you work with out on a golf course every now and then, even if they're not normal golfers, because that was a lot of fun for us Saturday over at the Golf Club of Texas.
It was a lot of fun. You guys must have been having a good time because it didn't matter where we were on the golf course. I could hear Pledge laugh. I could hear Pledge laugh.
Mm-hmm.
There it was.
That was Mike lining up to putt.
Yeah, well, perhaps somebody was funny because Pledge was laughing a lot.
Everything is funny to Pledger.
But no, it was a good time. It really was. It was kind of the weather was perfect. Man, the weather was absolutely great. So that made it nice. Golf Club of Texas, I haven't played out there. I bet it's been 10 years. And I was really surprised at how, man, it's grown and it's in pretty good shape. It really is.
The Golf Club of Texas 10, 15 years ago had a reputation. They have done so much work out at that course and their facility, their practice facility, the course, the clubhouse, the Tin Cup bar, to try to change the old, like if you haven't played there in 10 years, it's not the same place.
No, you need to get out there and play, give it a shot.
It is, and it's, because I get some people, oh, it's so far away. It's really not.
That's not.
It was 28 minutes from my house. There's a lot of other golf courses that I've gone and played that are going to be about the same distance. It's just, over there. And if you don't live over there, it feels like the other side of the world. Or, no different. There's other places, and, like Rudy and Jimenez live out there. They think places we suggest are the other side of the world. It's worth it, and it's fantastic. And as Joe discovered, they got Bluetooth speakers in the golf carts.
I have never seen that at any other golf course that I've played at, where you actually just hook your phone or whatever device you have up to their Bluetooth, and it's like you brought a speaker out there.
Yeah,
and it's fantastic. And there's 2 of them. And so, I hadn't heard Kansas in a while, but boy, on those speakers, it was great.
I don't know about that. I think our group had the better music, although Rudy may disagree with that a little bit. But our group had the better music from what we heard.
I don't know. When I put it on country, finally, because I said, look, we've played 9 holes with your classic rock. I was riding with Spence.
Uh-huh.
I said, well, you're in San Antonio now. You need to get into a little country music.
The difference is some of what I hear. I like a lot of Spence's music choices, but then there are some that I go, really? And so like not all classic rock is the same.
No,
it's been a while since I've heard Air Supply. And while I think technically they go in the classic rock genre, that's not what I think I'd want to hear while playing golf with 4 dudes.
No, what was best when you get the real classic rock. I started hearing Van Halen, Journey play, and it was my Spotify. So I'm trying to get that. So the first channel I had it on was what you're talking about, Air Supply, Kansas. So
it's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I hit another one, and that's when the good classic, the good 70s rock came out. And so that was better, and it got a little bit better. So, and then of course when we the beer girl came around and we
by the way, I have a bone to pick with you guys. Did you do this on purpose?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You and I forgot about this because she came back. So we're out there. What were we? 4 or 5 holes?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 holes.
We've been out there over an hour.
Yeah, I would say.
And so we needed the cart girl to arrive. So we're playing, and we see you guys are taking forever. Little cantelé action with the cart girl.
Well, Jimmy's not the speediest golfer in the world. Just saying.
And it took you guys a while to do shopping at the cart. We get up there. There was no beer left in the golf cart.
There wasn't, but she didn't have much to begin with. So we were picking and choosing. You know what? You couldn't be choosy. You know, if you want to say a flight by Yingling, there were just a few of those in there. So you had to kind of mix and match with the cart girl. Now, when I got up to the clubhouse after 9 holes, I was able to get what I wanted.
Yeah. There was nothing for us. There was no Miller Lights. There was no flight. There was, I don't even remember. There was,
no dose.
Huh?
There was no dose.
No. Yeah, no, I think she had like 1 Modelo and 2 Lone Stars left.
And they were probably the best beer you've ever had.
Well, they weren't cold. So we didn't take them.
Wow.
That's Mary.
That's willpower.
Well, that's it. I mean, did she have tequila at that point or just vodka? She was out of tequila. So the first time I saw the cart girl, I had water and a Snickers, and I thought, who am I?
Exactly.
What is going on here?
Well, that's too bad. I guess you guys should have teed off first.
The guys in front of us took everything.
You guys should have teed off first, I guess.
I didn't have a choice.
Well, I didn't either.
I mean,
that's just the way it goes.
It is.
It is. Now, Spence was trying to get her to tell you that we put it all on your tab.
That's fine.
Did she?
Did she tell us that?
Yeah.
No.
Well, she was a nice girl.
She was.
So
she was. She did say something along the lines of they took all the Miller Lights to piss you off, and I'm like, it's all right.
Right.
I think I still have plenty left in me from last night. We're good.
Now it was good to get it because we were all pretty thirsty, and Rob was complaining that he needed something to drink because he was a little bit hungover too.
Yeah.
So the beer tasted great. It was good.
It was good.
Just so you guys know.
When we finally, but they made a special trip and just brought us some.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. So you made her go up and refill.
She called somebody and they delivered.
Oh, I didn't know they had delivery.
Well, I don't think they normally do.
Wow.
But at the friendliest golf course in Texas, things happen.
They're going to take care of you. Let me tell you, that tin cup thing
bar, the 10 cup bar.
It's awesome. Yeah. It was. We sat in there for about an hour after. I think I left first before you guys, but still, it's really nice, and the food looked fantastic.
It was.
Wow. All right. It was a fun day.
Lloyd D on YouTube says, first time seeing you guys live. You guys rock. The voices don't match the faces.
Well, I kind of got the little Minix stuffy nose here. Yeah, I blame you.
Blame the allergies.
I guess so.
Blame the allergies.
And it must have been something at the golf course because I woke up.
I woke up, grass at a golf course.
I woke up yesterday and was a little stuffy.
Yeah.
Or all the beer the last 2 days leading up to that.
Oh, man,
you should be pretty dry at this point. You're dehydrated.
It was, yeah. That's why I've had a bunch of water. I got mine over there. But yesterday we were supposed to play. My wife and I were supposed to play in a couples golf tournament. Well, they canceled it, right? Because the weather was bad. We don't stay home. We go up to Kerrville anyway and hit all wineries.
Oh,
so it was a 3-day bender.
Good for you. I did not drink at all yesterday.
Wow.
I don't know that I could have. We were the same thing. We were supposed to go play pickleball. And it got canceled because the expected rain. So I ended up at the movies and saw Air. Now, I am not a movie goer. The last movie I saw was Top Gun. And who the hell knows, because it was pre-COVID, right? I am not a typical go to theater and watch a movie. But didn't want to sit around at the house all day, so we ended up going to see Air, about the Nike deal with Michael Jordan. Holy crap, what a great movie.
Good movie, huh?
What a great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's been out a while. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I always thought Rob was like, you went and saw Air? Was it good? Should I wait? No, dude, go see that at the theater. It is so good. Because I saw an interview, and they were like, yeah, man, we do this whole movie about Michael Jordan, and he's not in it. Well, how do you do that? His mother, the other characters in it. Go see Air. It is well worth your 2 hours. If you have a surface level knowledge of the shoe like I do, it's great. If you're a sneakerhead and you already know the story, it's going to be fantastic. But, I was born in 1973. So 1984, I'm 11. I don't remember a world without Nike. So this movie takes you back to 1984 when Nike was a nothing brand and not a basketball shoe at all. But just thinking about when they're trying to pick who they wanted to target at Nike to try to sign a shoe deal, and Michael Jordan was not their first choice because they didn't think they could get him. Some of the names they were throwing up, you go, you've got to be kidding me.
Boy, I tell you, and you talk about a roll of the dice. I mean, Michael Jordan, nobody knew Michael Jordan was going to be Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knew that. So
we've got some breaking news. It has finally happened. We told you. It's trade week. It's going to happen. Shefty is saying the Aaron Rodgers trade is going through. The trade compensation. The Jets are going to get Aaron Rodgers, pick number 15, and a 5th-round pick in 2023. Also, the Packers are going to get number 13 overall, a 2nd-round pick, number 42, a 6th-round pick, number 207, a conditional 2024 2nd-round pick that becomes a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the play. So it will be a 1st-round pick.
So, well, yeah, most likely, right? I mean, unless something happens, but that's what the Packers wanted. They wanted 2 first-round picks, and they got it.
In a roundabout way, they're going to get it. It is, according to Shefty, basically a done deal. More on that and what the Cowboys had to say as we continue here on the Blitz.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner.
The Dallas Cowboys select. This is going to be a fun player to watch.
This Thursday, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number 1? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here with the Blitz, broadcasting live at Slackers, Thousand Oaks, followed by the draft at 6 on your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
San Antonio Professional Boxing is on another level. Mark your calendars. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo for Davies Entertainment. Viva La Brawl at the Techport Arena. San Antonio Boxing like you've never seen it before. Buy tickets now at daviesentertainment.com. See you at the Brawl.
Garage clutter got you down? Garageization will help improve that mood. Cabinets, shelving, workbenches, overhead racks, slat wall. They even do floors. Oh my! GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com for more info. GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Having McDonald's breakfast is delicious. Having someone else get you McDonald's breakfast is delicious-er. Right now, get a big breakfast with hotcakes for just $4.99, only at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
If you're business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee kept on payroll during COVID-19. GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC, and they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based on incomplete or outdated information. So don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Missions Baseball is back Tuesday night at Wolf Stadium. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets. We are San Antonio.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
I was in a terrible accident with a commercial vehicle. I had to have surgery on my back. My life was turned upside down and I was completely screwed. Then I called the Fours, the Davis law firm. Jeff personally handled my case. After expenses and attorney fees, I received $397,988. It's really true. Jeff was here for me.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you were injured by a car or large truck, call me at my San Antonio office at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
Diamonds Direct's biggest sale all year is going on now with an extra 20% savings, an expanded selection, in-store designer appearances, and special financing. Imagine 20% off Diamonds Direct's already value prices on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry, and thousands of engagement ring mounting. Meet the designers who've flown in with all new collections for spring. It's the most exciting event all year with extreme savings and exceptional value. Don't miss this once-a-year jewelry extravaganza. Details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, the playoffs, they continue. Can Golden State put them to bed? We'll talk about it. Also, the NFL draft's just a couple of days away, and, man, it can't come soon enough. Back to the Blitz. Hey, boys, a couple of days in studio ain't bad for anybody. Y'all have a good show.
Yeah, that we will do. Got a wild show today. Things a little bit differently, because 40 days after Aaron Rodgers said he intends to play for the New York Jets, it looks like the Jets and the Packers have finally agreed to compensation. It is the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You want to react to the news that we all knew was coming, finally becoming official? The Kia Bossa Smoke Meats phone lines are open to you. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You can comment on YouTube. You can tweet us at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. The trade compensation for taking 40 days to get there, when it kind of feels like that's right in line with what everybody thought was going to happen to begin with, right?
Right during draft week is when everybody was kind of projecting this thing, and some people had it going all the way up to the draft itself. But they get this thing done. The Packers wanted 2 first-round picks. They get one, obviously, because they swap with the Jets this year. And I guess if Aaron Rodgers plays, 65% of the games? Is that the figure? Then they get a first-round pick next year.
So right now it's a second-round pick that could, and most likely will move to a first. Now, there's a couple of things that they were talking about this morning on Get Up, and I was going back and forth between Get Up and Good Morning Football. Good Morning Football on the NFL Network during draft week is must-watch television, right? So there was some talk that maybe some of the holdup could be on a restructuring, if you will, of Aaron's contract to help with some cap relief for the New York Jets. Shefty and Tom Pelissero and Ian Rappaport, none of those guys are mentioning any of that right now. So who knows? And there was some debate that not necessarily could it become official on Thursday, but could it become official on Friday since they knew a second-round pick would be involved? It gets done today. And I think it just there's so much fluidity during draft week. There's so many moving parts. I think it's better for both the Packers and the Jets to get it done now so they do go into the draft with some concrete. And again, because this draft, we have no idea what's going to happen at number 2. So when you have no idea what the Texans are going to do, everything else is just kind of a guess at this point.
It
right?
is. Absolutely. So we don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sure for the Jets and the Packers, since they swapped first-round picks this year, you got to start looking at your board a little bit differently, I think, right? Because you may get a little bit better pick, perhaps a little bit better player. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm glad they got this done. Gives us something to talk about as we head into the draft, and it needs to happen, right? Everybody needs to get used to Aaron Rodgers in a different uniform.
On the surface, my first reaction, like literally, this is breaking news in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
With what we know now, which is basically a Shefty tweet. This seems like a bad trade for the Green Bay Packers. If you're going to wait 40 days and you're supposedly playing hardball, that's it? Well, I don't feel like I mean, a 4-time MVP, and I know you want to get rid of him.
Well, he's 39 years old, too.
But still, though, I would think that I was expecting there to be a little bit more. It's not a great trade for the Green Bay Packers, but I was expecting more, especially the way they were waiting, and maybe the rumor mill, if you will, that San Francisco's back in the mix. Well, I thought that would actually help the Green Bay Packers. Sure, it's going to end up being 2 first-round picks, but all you did was pick swap 2 spots in the first round this year, and next year is conditional. So if Aaron goes out and gets hurt, look, I don't know. On the surface, I just expected Green Bay to get more in return for a player like Aaron Rodgers.
Let me tell you something. That sound you're hearing, that pop sound, is champagne in Green Bay right now, because the Packers did not want this guy back. They wanted to get rid of him. And maybe if they were short, I don't know. I think it's a pretty good deal and probably about as good as they could do. But they want to get rid of him. Not only do they get rid of Aaron Rodgers, who they really can't stomach much anymore, they also get rid of $100 million. That comes off their books, right? Because he was supposed to make, 50 this year, and I think 50 some odd next year. So that comes off the Packers' books, and all of that is guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken.
But again, if you're the Jets, they won this trade in a blowout, right? As I sit here and I'm thinking about it, the Jets didn't give up their first round this year. They just swapped.
They swapped. They moved down 2 spots.
That's it, right? So they didn't want to give up their first round pick. And they were able to keep it. And if something happens to Aaron Rodgers, injury-wise, then they get their first next year. Like if I'm the Green Bay Packers, like this just feels like we waited 40 days for this, right? 40 days for this?
I think it's great.
Well, I mean,
I think it's great. I'm happy he's going to the Jets. I hope he's successful there. By the way, RJ Ochoa just tweeted out here that the Cowboys actually host the Jets in 2023.
Yeah, they do.
So that's going to be interesting. And Adam Schefter tweeted out a few minutes ago that now the Jets are going to be the media darlings. All right, a lot of Sunday night games.
Yeah.
Probably Monday night, Thursday night. So they're going to do them all.
With Aaron Rodgers in New York, with a team that was as good as the Jets were and just needing a quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, with this happening, where do you put the Jets when it comes to, are they a AFC Super Bowl contender? You add Aaron Rodgers to that team, and I know the draft is this weekend, but are they better right now than Kansas City? Are they better than Cincinnati? Are they better than Buffalo?
I think they now can compete with those teams. You even got to throw Miami in the mix.
And Miami.
Look, the AFC is loaded. It's loaded. And then you take a quarterback out of the NFC now. I mean, that list is short when you're talking about quality quarterbacks. So, yeah, I mean, that makes the NFC all that much better or perhaps easier, depending on what Love does and how he handles things there. But I don't think they had a team anyway. They've got some work to do, and I'm talking about the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
So, the NFC is just got even weaker than it was, 15 minutes ago.
And that opens things up big time for the Dallas Cowboys. They had their pre-draft press conference today. What did Jerry have to say? What did Mike McCarthy have to say? We'll let you know as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Gold, if you've been thinking of how to secure the value of your assets and grow your wealth, think gold. Think noblegoldinvestments.com. After the latest bank failures and other economic news that could devalue the dollar, gold is a safe investment to secure your wealth. And if you're not sure what to do, that's not a problem. Just go to noblegoldinvestments.com. They'll walk you through everything. They'll email you their gold and silver investors guide. Do this. Go look at the price of gold in 1970 up until today. It was about $35 an ounce back then, and the long-term trend will blow you away. A lot of folks wish they would have bought gold back then in an IRA or even physical gold. Don't wish you did this down the road. Take the time to go to the website today. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. Use my promo code STAR for a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin they're offering people that qualify. Noblegoldinvestments.com. Mark it down to do today. Noblegoldinvestments.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is a done deal. Aaron Rodgers is now a member of the New York Jets. Those teams, Green Bay and New York, will trade first-round picks this year, and then there's a whole bunch of other picks. But Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. Cowboys held a pre-draft press conference today. All the players were involved, talking about Jerry and Stephen Jones and head coach Mike McCarthy. NBA is investigating former Spur and now Atlanta Hawk DeJounte Murray for bumping an official.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right, but right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
One Mississippi, two Mississippi.
Keep counting at those stop signs, Alex. Full stop and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney. Because you are a safe driver. And like most drivers who sign up for Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate for how and how much you drive, you could earn a discount for your good driving. So don't turn into an Alex rolling stop and goes whatever she wants, McSweeney. Because once an Alex full stop and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney, always an Alex full stop. Well, you know the rest. Sign up for Snapshot today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
Hurry and shop the final days of Springfest at Lowe's. Right now, get an additional $300 off when you spend $1,996 or more on select major kitchen appliances. And keep your lawn looking fresh with savings on the Ego 15-inch string trimmer. It was $219, now it's $199. Shop Springfest today because Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
At Total Wine & More, save big on what you love this month with hundreds of deals. Get up to 35% off over 100 different wines and spirits, including Cabernet, sparkling wine, single barrel bourbon, and so much more. These savings are huge, and even better, they're on top of prices that are already the lowest in town. Deals this good don't last long, so visit Total Wine & More to find yours. Find what you love what you find. At the lowest price, only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders agree that NetSuite helps them reduce manual data entry time. Whether your business generates millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, take advantage of this special financing offer of no payments or interest for 6 months at netsuite.com/gain. That's netsuite.com/gain. netsuite.com/gain.
It's the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner. The Dallas Cowboys select. This is going to be a fun player to watch.
This Saturday, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number 1? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here on your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, you hear all the draft stuff. Make sure you join us Thursday for our big draft party out at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar, the Thousand Oaks location. And I'll tell you what, as Shefty is on ESPN on NFL Live right now talking about the Aaron Rodgers trade. When you see that, because if you're listening to us in your car right now, obviously you're not seeing this. But I'm telling you, when you see Schefter break the news, the look on Dan Orlovsky's face, the look on Marcus Spears' face, gold.
I saw that. They ESPN tweeted that out. A picture of all of them. Mina Kimes looks like she just won the lottery. She's got
anybody check on Greeny?
It's crazy there, right? Yeah. So this is nuts. And Laura Rutledge just got a little. She still looks good.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, we figured it was going to be this week, right? That's what they were telling us. The talks had resumed. But nobody knew this was going to happen today. So they got it done, and here we go. I'm excited about it.
And again, one of the first big draft week stories has come down. Now, when you think about it from the Cowboys' perspective, other than the Cowboys are going to face Aaron Rodgers at home, no effect. Because the Cowboys are picking at 26. Now, they held their pre-draft press conference today. Stephen Jones, and it got into a little story time because, Jerry can't let anybody answer a question without chiming in.
Right.
But it picked 26. So many wild things have to happen. So you could sit there and say, we're going to do this. But in reality, they have no idea.
I just feel like we're picking at 26. It's just so difficult to know right now. I mean, you got to kind of let the draft play. Well, no, that takes hours. So you got plenty of time to be talking about it as guys are, coming off and guys are starting to fall that you might like. I mean, I didn't like what happened with CD Lamb a couple of years ago. I mean, you really don't know till it happens. You read all the mock drafts. You can see all the things that maybe were officially polled quietly by other general managers, but you'll never know till you're there. And then, that's where being nimble and being able to make quick decisions, Jig make a quick decision if we say, hey, here's an opportunity, and oh, by the way, it's a guy we had quite a bit higher than where he's fallen to now. It might be worth considering giving up something.
Well, I made one on Manziel a few years ago, and that didn't go so well. That right there. So there's one a decision.
Exactly.
But
he said, "Am I going to have to pick up the phone and start calling, or are you going to do it?"
But the point is that I think they got a roto system almost this time of the week, and maybe the next 3 or 4 days, we may be interested in going down, or maybe up, or we might sit there, but keep us on your mind.
Oh, Jerry, he was funny today. That was just part of it. But, you know, it's interesting. And he's right. Steven's right. When you're talking about at 26, you just don't know how things are going to play out like today, right? So that could change the whole draft order, whatever Houston is going to be doing. And we just saw that Minnesota is calling the Texans and the Arizona Cardinals trying to look into a trade opportunity there.
With Kirk Cousins.
So you just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, and that's the beauty of it, right? I mean, Mike McCarthy gave one of the most BS, generic, yet true as hell answers when talking about his draft board.
No, and I think clearly, as the play caller, I see us taking nothing but offensive players too.
Yeah.
No, I think just going back really what Stephen and Jerry both have already spoken on. I just think the draft board is so much like your call sheet in the Super Bowl. I mean, there's so much work that goes in to putting together this draft board. You have to trust you got to trust your board, and I think that's the times that I've been in rooms when you don't trust it, the room for error increases. So, and being down there at 26, I'm an optimist. I have great confidence there'll be a hell of a football player there when we pick each and every round.
Oh, shut up. But he's right. I mean,
I wonder who trusted who with Taco Charlton.
Well, I mean, Rod Marinelli gets all the blame for that one, because it was a body type that he didn't like about TJ.
So Joey Bosa, I saw today, was reliving a story that he told the Arizona Cardinals they shouldn't pass him by.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. They drafted Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mistake.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, you think about up until draft day, nobody had Baker going number one, right? And then you wake up that morning and there's your – I mean, you don't know. Now, one of the things that Jerry did say today, that you look at a draft and from this, I mean, listen to what he is saying and then digest what he is really telling you when it comes to putting together your team. Because we all do fantasy football.
Right.
They're doing real football with a real salary cap and the business side of things. He was asked a question about offensive linemen and taking an offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. His answer from the business side, I find fascinating.
If you have all multi-million-dollar offensive linemen, and you got a multi-million-dollar quarterback, top receivers, and pass rushers, then where's the give? How do you keep it rolling? And so you really do have to, and it's always been meant to be that way regarding the cap, but you really do as your key salaries, and I'm going to not dwell on quarterback, but those key salaries get up there, then you have to recognize that you're going to have turnover, and these guys got to play. And so my point is that's a factor in managing, looking forward, picking offensive lineman right now. We need it for management.
Yeah, I find that interesting too. We need it for management.
Knowing CD is going to get paid.
Right.
Mike is going to get paid.
Yes.
Diggs is going to get paid. Mm-hmm. Dak's going to get reworked. You at some point, you take most rosters and you're going to have about 10 guys that make the bulk of the money.
Yeah.
And then you got about another 10 to 15 that are doing really, really well. Mm-hmm. And then over half of your roster, probably 50, 60% of your roster are guys on rookie or minimum type deals. So not only do you have to get guys that can fit budget wise, because there's going to be turnover, but also, I mean, You got to have those guys that aren't making a lot be impactful players. It's very interesting because, a lot of receiver talk when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, not just tight end, but actual receivers. And you go, well, you just traded for Cooks. You got Gallup. You got CD. You drafted Jalen Tolbert last year. Why are we talking so many receivers? Does it kind of what he's saying there about offensive linemen? A lot of money in that wide receiver room. Do we going to have some change there to be able to fit them all in? Because you know what they've done with Dak? They gave him homework. They said, hey, watch all these tapes of these wide receivers that we like and tell us what you think. And even Mike McCarthy said, that's good practice for everybody involved.
I think it's a very helpful, from a 360 perspective. I think it's good for Dak. I think it's good for the relationships that he has, both in coaching and personnel and ownership, that he's that involved. More importantly, the fact that he can connect with a young player coming into this league prospect, I think is a very healthy exercise. And definitely the feedback, going back to last year, I thought was excellent. So, I think it's a very, very healthy process all the way around.
I wonder about that. And I guess, your quarterback wants to feel comfortable, but I really wonder. I mean, I can see a GM and a head coach, but what is Dak? What is he looking for? How they run routes, what their foot movement is. I'm just curious what Dak's looking at.
Well, I mean, and only Dak would be able to tell us that if he answered that honestly. The fact that he's a part of the process, whether they take his recommendation or not.
Mm-hmm.
Although he said the other day at a charity event, it's nice to have input, know that it's being listened to, because there was a guy that got traded today from Green Bay to New York that bitched that he didn't have any input into that. It is interesting from the philosophy side, but while I don't know that the Cowboys need a wide receiver, I hear Jerry talking about big picture long-term, and I see that they've given Dak this homework assignment. Maybe they are looking at wide receivers because they're looking at this year, but the year after, and who's getting paid and where that money is going, where it's allocated.
Well, I mean, you look at Brandon Cooks, for example, and I don't know, how old is Brandon Cooks? 29?
Yeah, he's been around.
He's been around, right?
But he's making a lot of money.
So I don't know what the long-term plans are for a guy like that. So maybe that's what they're thinking about. And they've brought in a lot of wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and
a wide receiver league.
Yeah. I mean, Shereen Williams told us last week that typically the Cowboys, if they bring somebody in, that's who they're looking at.
They like him.
And they like him. So we'll see.
Tank Davis. Well, somebody on this show didn't like him going into the fight Saturday night. I'll pay off a beer bet when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It was a rocking place at the Roof Up for that fight on Saturday night. You're looking for a great place to go watch a game, see all the big fights. No better place than at the Roof Up there at 281 in Redland Road with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And I've said many times, when you show up at the Roof Up, show up hungry. The food there is fantastic, all made from scratch. They got the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, great appetizers, great salads, and that kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. They just added a new happy hour menu. They got happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. And put this on your calendar now, May 7th. They're having a crawfish boil block party to kick off their 10-year anniversary celebration. That's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, crawfish, they're going to have some bands. It's going to be a good time. May 7th there at the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Viva La Brawl! Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo at the Techport Arena. R&R in the Morning have your tickets to see San Antonio's own Castaneda brothers, along with the Navarez versus Heinen fight, Destiny Jones versus Brittany Ordonez, and more. Listen to R&R in the Morning at 7:05, 8:05, and 9:05 for your chance to win. Just listen for the fight bell, and you could be on your way to Viva La Brawl. Plus, one lucky winner will get the ultimate upgrade to VIP ringside seats, along with plenty of swag. Presented by Davies Arena and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Buy tickets at daviesentertainment.com.
During Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, you can get Vigoro mulch at a new lower price of 3 bags for just $10. Planting a garden? Mulch helps soil retain moisture. Sprucing up your walkway? Mulch can help prevent weeds from creeping in. Potting some flowers for your porch? Liven up your planters with an accent of year-long color with red, brown, or black mulch. Hurry into the Home Depot to get Vigoro Premium Wood Mulch now, 3 bags for just $10. Offer valid in-store only March 5th through May 17th. Color selection varies by store. Limit 60 bags per customer while supplies last.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Keep counting at those signs, Alex, full stop, and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney. Because you are a safe driver. And like most drivers who sign up for Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate for how and how much you drive, you could earn a discount for your good driving. So don't turn into an Alex rolling stop and goes whenever she wants, McSweeney. Because once an Alex full stop and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney, always an Alex full stop. Well, you know the rest. Sign up for Snapshot today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
Looking for a protein-packed snack to power you through the day? Of course you are. Only Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have the bold flavors you crave. Spicy dill, Korean kimchi, pasilla chili cheese, and more. Take your snacking to a whole new level with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And keto fans, you're going to love this low-carb crunch. Get yours at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Oh my goodness, Nigel. You're wearing a towel, shower cap, and flip-flops, and you're holding a toilet brush?
I'm all in this year, Joel, representing Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC during the Battle of Showers.
It's called Battle of Flowers. Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, we love Fiesta and we love our city. And when your home's pipes crack like Cascaronis or your AC sounds like an out-of-tune mariachi, we'll fix the problems fast and at a fair price. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899. Nigel, you deserve a Fiesta pin. Hold still.
Ow! I should have worn a shirt.
License number M16004, DACLA 000743458.
O'Reilly. Replace your worn-out wiper blades and see the road better with help from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, save $10 on a pair of Trico Force wiper blades. Old Rewards members get 4 times points and receive a $5 reward with purchase. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Every piece of land has a story. The Upshaw's right there is with a John Deere 1 Series tractor they call Penny.
When your project comes up, you have to just jump in and figure out what is it going to take.
From front loader to backhoe, the Upshaws have the tools to DIY all day long. Run with us on a 1 Series tractor and start telling your story. Get a 1 Series tractor starting at $134 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Missions Baseball is back Tuesday night at Wolf Stadium. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets. We are San Antonio.
This is Tim Spence, and you're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you did some grilling this weekend, make sure you take photos of that great meat, upload it at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market. We do it on Thursday. We call it Grilling with the Blitz. He's Joe Ryan-Eagle. I'm Jason Minix. We had a beer bet over the weekend on the Tank Davis fight.
I think we had a couple of beer bets, as a matter of fact. Because Pledge is keeping track of them.
And I'm glad. The beer bet update, Joe 1.5, Jason 1.
What do you mean 1.5?
Well, because you did the beer bet that Golden State would make it 2-2.
And they
but
did.
also win the series. So you've only got half of that bet complete, right? So,
all right.
Or Pledge, you say you're the official here. You're saying
those were two separate beer bets. He said it was coming back 2-2. But Golden State was going to win, and you said that Sacramento was going to win.
I'm glad Pledge is an honest man.
Well,
they were two separate beer bets.
I didn't realize they were two. I don't. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
It's 2-1.
It's 2-1 then. Could be 3-1 apparently.
Golden State's just got to figure out a way to win on the road. That's the problem.
Hey, you got to have one of the best players in the league. Know how many damn timeouts they have.
You got to do that too.
I mean, you talk about. Do you know how pissed you would be right now if you lost a beer bet because of a Chris Webber type move?
Yeah, but Steph Curry's my guy, so best shooter in the league.
Yeah, when he keeps track of all the timeouts. What a dumb play by Sacramento.
Oh my gosh!
At the end of that, one, why take a timeout there on the rebound? Right, you had plenty of time. You only needed 2. So let's take up a bad 3, a contested 3 to win the game. That was dumb on the part of Sacramento. Either way, they're still going to win this series.
Lack of playoff experience.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's that. Tank Davis. Is he the face of boxing?
I don't know, and I can see a lot of that fight. I've seen it and read about it, but look, Garcia was still handling him, I think.
I thought it was pretty even, and I didn't see the fight. I had every intention of getting out to watch it, but after my Friday night and our Saturday golf, I didn't.
Yeah.
But following on Twitter, that fight was all over the place in the sense of, depending on who you're following, is who's winning on their scorecards, which tells me it was a pretty even fight. Went down to the judges, but I know Tank put him on the canvas twice.
He did. The last one, the kidney shot, man, that was tough, and I think that takes down just about anybody. But with the second round was the first knockdown. But Garcia got right back up. It wasn't he wasn't seeing stars.
That body
got
shot.
Right back up. Yeah. So,
huge win. I think Tank Davis.
I think we'll see those two again.
Yeah, again, and then the third.
It was a good fight, and I think you've got to have a rematch.
Boxing needs that.
Sure.
I wish there was a little bit more hate between them.
Well, there was going into it. Yeah, and they were all kissing after the fight.
Yeah, I need to get rid of that. The New York Jets have a new number 8. We will explain as we continue on the Blitz right after this SportsCenter update.
This is the Blitz. KTFM Floresville and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The NBA investigating former Spur and now Atlanta Hawk DeJounte Murray for bumping an official at the end of the Hawks' loss to Boston. ESPN is reporting the Kings guard De'Aaron Fox fractured the very tip of his left index finger in Game 4. There is hope he will play in Game 5. And tonight we've got NBA playoffs, Milwaukee at Miami. Giannis, he's expected to play, and Memphis is in Los Angeles. The Blitz and Aaron Rodgers next.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Big news in the world of sports today. It only took 40 days. But Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. The trade, all the details have been finalized. But the bigger part of the news is he's not going to wear number 12 with the New York Jets.
I'm surprised because Joe Namath gave him permission.
But Aaron Rodgers is going to wear number 8 because he loves Troy Aikman.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, he wore number 8 in college at Cal. In fact, a college picture of Aaron Rodgers is now Sauce Gardner's profile picture on his Twitter.
Rodgers has got to be fired up, I would think. I don't think the Packers have any team to make a run this year at all. And goes to a Jets team that has a solid defense. I mean, a solid defense.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got some good young weapons on the offensive side. You just needed a quarterback to throw to them. This Jets team, and if you're a Jets fan, I think you got to be plenty fired up today.
What do you guys think? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines. You can also get us on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can comment on YouTube Live if you're watching there. We are on YouTube Live as well as we are every day. And tomorrow we're going to be at Taste of the North Side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that.
We've got some tickets. They're all VIP tickets.
All VIP tickets.
We've got tickets to give away a little bit later in the show. We're going to do that at 5:15. A special guest. It's a game that we called Who Are You? Now, we will bring the guest on the Buyers Barricades guest line. We will ask this person some questions. They'll answer. And based on those questions, you guess who we're talking to, and you could win Taste of the Northside tickets. We've done this before. It's kind of a new game for us. We've added a new wrinkle to it. Ryan Eagle has no idea who the guest is.
No clue. So I got to ask some questions, try to figure it out. And so, in essence, it's all of us against Minix today.
Yeah, sure.
It is. It's all everybody that's listening, everybody that wants to play, teaming up with me against you.
Oh, it's because I know who it is.
I know you know who it is.
But I've got to ask the questions in a way that leads you guys in the right direction.
But see, I got to be careful because if I do figure out who this person is,
I
can't say it.
No, but it will help you with your questions.
True.
It will make them better questions.
All right. Looking forward to it.
That's at 5:15.
5:15.
Taste of the North Side.
Big prize on the line.
The best Fiesta event, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
If you don't win tickets, you can buy them. Use promo code ESPN and save $100 per ticket. They're available at tasteofthenorthside.org. A little bit of rain in the forecast for tomorrow, but at the Security Service Event Center, there's plenty of room inside.
Absolutely.
They have covered parking.
Wow.
It's a great event.
It's a nice facility. I've never been over there, but I've driven by it 100 times.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be wild. You think about this Aaron Rodgers trade as we start and kick off draft week. All the weeks and weeks of speculations and mock drafts and this and that. For this trade to come down today. This morning, I kept hearing, well, maybe Friday, because the Jets didn't want to give up their first-round pick. I look at the trade compensation, and we'll go over it. It's not all that complicated for something that took 40 days. I think the Jets, not only did they get Aaron Rodgers, but if this were a game, they won in a blowout. I think this is, I mean, other than the Packers ridding themselves of Aaron Rodgers, it's a bad trade for Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think so. The guy's 39 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was costing the Packers a ton. And it was kind of like, your uncle that's been at your house for about 3 months, and you just want him to get the hell out. And I think that's what the deal was in Green Bay. I mean, they were so ready to get this guy. I remember talking about this trade when it first happened, and I said, I would love to see this whole thing fall through and get the Packers stuck with this guy because they owe him $100 million. Now I guess the Jets do.
Now, as I say, and my first inclination is I think the Jets won this trade in a landslide. At MMQB, Matt Verdarme or whoever for Sports Illustrated writes, The Jets got a future Hall of Fame quarterback in the trade with the Packers, but it's Green Bay who got the better value in the deal.
There you go.
Well, maybe better value. I don't know. I look at the Jets didn't want to give up their first-round pick. They didn't. In fact, technically, they didn't give up their first-round pick next year. Now, it could turn into a first if Aaron Rodgers plays a certain amount of snaps, but all the trade that were in there, I look at this, and I think it's a great trade for the Jets. It's a good trade for the Packers, but I expected more from the Packers considering it took 40 days. They could have done this over a text.
They did not want to get stuck with Aaron Rodgers. So they're not going to get stuck with Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets have got to be thrilled because in that brutal AFC, especially the division they're in, for goodness sake, they needed a quarterback. And they got one because they've got all the other pieces around him. That's going to make the Jets competitive. I don't think there's any question about it.
2 questions for the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Who do you think won this trade? And ultimately, with a trade like this, are the Jets, in your mind, where when it comes to Super Bowl contenders? You think about the powers in the AFC. Does this trade make them better than a Kansas City, a Buffalo, a Cincinnati?
Yeah, I think it puts them in that category with the defense that they have and the young players that they have on offense. You just needed somebody to get them the football, and they've got that guy now. And so, yeah, I'm not going to say they're better than the teams you mentioned, but it certainly puts them in the conversation.
They can at least compete, right? And that's what you want. Although when trading and taking on the salary, and I love the all-in part of what the Jets are doing. You would like to think that if you were to go all in, does that make you better than? Are they better now than the Chargers? Yes. Better than Baltimore? Yes. Better than Miami? Maybe. Better than Kansas City? Better than Buffalo? They can compete with them. Think it's going to be interesting. But I don't know, when you just look in their division, are they the best team in the division now by adding Aaron Rodgers? I still got to go Buffalo.
I don't know. That defense is pretty good. I think it's going to be up for grabs. And then let's add a little more intrigue to that division. Let's get old Tom Brady down there to Miami. That would be a lot of fun. He hasn't ruled that out.
Tua?
He hasn't ruled that out yet.
He kind of has.
No, he didn't. He had every opportunity to say, no, I'm done. I'm retired. I'm not coming back. Didn't say any of that. Said he had some great friends down there in Miami. I think it would be fun and make things, very interesting to have Tom and Aaron Rodgers going head to head twice.
Yeah, I mean, do you figure as much as you can get from Aaron Rodgers, do you think the Jets have some sort of word, some sort of assurance, some sort of, I'm going to play 2 years, I'm going to play 3 years? I mean, that seems like, to get for 1 year, is all this worth it?
Well, he's got to play 2. I mean, you would think, because he's got 2 years left on his contract. So the Jets assume that you got to figure he's there for at least 2 years, unless he, doesn't want to get paid $50 million in that final year.
I just looked, they're swapping first round picks, 13 and 15. So that's not much. The Packers are getting a conditional 2024 pick, second rounder that could turn into a first rounder if Aaron plays 65% of the snaps. Packers are also getting the 42nd and 207th pick in this year's draft. The Jets are getting the 170th pick in this year's draft. And that's what I mean. It just feels like the Packers didn't get enough in return, in my mind, for a guy that's won as many MVPs. Now, again, you got that salary off his books, and you got rid of that guy out of your locker room, somebody that doesn't want to be there. But for it to take 40 days and them wanting a first rounder and the Jets not wanting to give up the first rounder. That's why I think the Jets ultimately got the better end of this deal.
Well, I just think that they probably didn't talk a whole hell of a lot over the last 40 days. Because, all the reports today were they were going to, they had resumed talking. So I just think it was one of those things that nobody was in a huge hurry to get this done. There was really no reason to be in a hurry to get this thing done. But again, I think the Packers got what they could get. Because what if New York says no? Then what do you do? San Francisco had entered the mix, apparently. I'm not sure if that was serious or not. But, I mean, if you're the Packers, at the end of the day, you got to say, man, we do not want to get stuck with this dude. Okay, we'll take that deal.
Pledge, can you look up, what was the compensation for the Russell Wilson deal? Right? I mean, doesn't it feel like there was so much more in that Russell Wilson deal?
Well, there was. And Denver got completely bent over.
Well, partly because Russell Wilson was so bad for the Broncos last year.
Well, and he was not worth what they gave up for him anyway. I mean, that's incredible. 3 players and then draft picks all over the place.
And maybe I'm thinking this isn't because I was expecting it to be closer to that for a guy like Aaron Rodgers, for an MVP, a Super Bowl champion.
Look, Denver got screwed. Okay,
sure.
Because I think Russell Wilson and always been a fan of Russell Wilson. I just think he's at the end of his career. I mean, and the skill set is just not there like it was once before. So Denver, desperate for a quarterback, they went out. It was just like Cleveland, desperate for a quarterback. So you overpay. That's what Cleveland did. That's what Denver did. And the Jets did not. And so, props to them. But I think if you're the Packers, you're happy as hell that Aaron Rodgers, that problem is gone. And, you could end up with 2 first-round picks, right? I guess you're swapping this year and then
you could end up with just
one next year.
Yeah, you got no guaranteed first-round picks, and you only changed 2 spots for this year. So it's why, like, again, without a deep dive into it and not a whole lot of time to digest it, I was just expecting a lot more. From a value standpoint, the Packers did all right because they got rid of Aaron Rodgers and they didn't give up the farm.
Yeah.
To it's done. It's done. And how does it affect me? Well, for the Cowboys, Aaron Rodgers is no longer with the Green Bay Packers. The longest tenured quarterback in the NFC is Dak Prescott.
How about that?
And the path for the NFC is wide open now. The Cowboys legitimately have to be considered one of the top 3 teams in the NFC. That puts even more pressure on Jerry Jones for the draft coming up this weekend, starting Thursday night. The Cowboys held their pre-draft press conference today. What did Jerry have to say? We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It is Fiesta time. Fiesta time. Fiesta time. You're planning to have a good time and not get arrested, right? And that's what most of you will do. Have a good time and not get arrested. But some of you will get arrested. It happens every year, whether it's a DWI, a fight, whatever it might be. You get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. The best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, at Nyosa, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick us in. Let's go to the commissioner.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
This is going to be a fun player to watch.
This Thursday, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number one? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here with the Blitz, broadcasting live at Slackers, Thousand Oaks, followed by the draft at 6, and your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now, I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back, my emotions are stable, and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Gold and other precious metals stand the test of time and can help you diversify your portfolio. Jason Minix here for Noble Gold Investments. Physical assets like gold and silver have weathered countless financial storms. You have seen what has happened to some banks recently. Gold is the most stable asset outside of any government control. At Noble Gold Investments, they help protect your financial future by offering a secure and convenient way to invest in physical precious metals, rare coins, or a gold and silver IRA. Gold, silver, and other precious metals will always protect against market fluctuations. At noblegoldinvestments.com, learn how investing in precious metals help guard against inflation, hedge against the dollar, and so much more. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. Use promo code STAR to get a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with each gold or silver IRA if you qualify. noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Diamonds Direct's biggest sale all year is going on now with an extra 20% savings, an expanded selection, in-store designer appearances, and special financing. Imagine 20% off Diamonds Direct's already value prices on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry, and thousands of engagement ring mountings. Meet the designers who've flown in with all new collections for spring. It's the most exciting event all year with extreme savings and exceptional value. Don't miss this once-a-year jewelry extravaganza. Details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
All eyes will be on the NFL Draft this Thursday, and San Antonio Sports Star is on top of all the coverage. Join the Blitz live this Thursday at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar to follow all the NFL Draft action. We're starting at 3 o'clock with happy hour specials, your chance to win Red Hot Chili Pepper tickets, and all the draft trash talk you can handle. That's this Thursday for night one of the NFL Draft, live at Slacker's Thousand Oaks location, and your chance to win Red Hot Chili Pepper tickets.
Tomorrow on R&R in the Morning, we inch closer to the NFL Draft and the NBA playoffs. Roll on. Now back to the Blitz. Joe, how'd you like that spanking we gave y'all on Saturday?
It was rough.
How's your back?
Dude, it's sore. Yeah, it was sore.
We had our station bragging rights golf tournament Saturday out at the Golf Club of Texas.
Yeah.
Team pledge, which was James Pledger, Rudy J, Michael Jimenez, and myself, the champions.
Y'all beat us, fair and square. Well, I'm not sure it was fair and square, but yeah, you beat us.
We beat you.
Dude,
how many shots of Rob's you use?
I don't know, 6, 7?
One. One, according to Rob.
One shot, and it was a drive.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing because the rest of us were in the Netherlands. So he came through like a champ on that hole.
Had a great time Saturday at the Golf Club of Texas First Station Bragging Rights Tournament. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Just heard the promo. So our draft deal on Thursday out at Slackers, we're going to have Red Hot Chili Pepper tickets to
We
give
are.
away.
That's right.
That's pretty awesome.
Not bad, huh?
That's awesome.
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun out there.
Draft time.
Yes.
And when you think about where we are right now in draft week, and it happens every year, somebody who started as the guy drops, and you go, well, why? CJ Stroud is that guy. If I'm the Houston Texans, I still take CJ Stroud.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
I don't even think they're going to have that pick. I think Houston ends up trading that pick before it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm. They might. On YouTube said, oh, you guys were talking about shots. I thought it was a drinking story, not golf. Well, there was plenty of that, too. It could have been both. But one of the things on C.J. Stroud in his fall is that test that everybody takes. Bryce Young aced it, right? Will Levis did really well. He got a 96. Anthony Richardson, a 79 on what's called the S2 cognition test or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Hendon Hooker only got a 46. C.J. Stroud got his jersey number, or close there to it, 18.
Wow.
18.
Now, this is not the Wonderlic test.
No, they got rid of that.
They got rid of that. So this is a different one.
Yes.
And apparently GMs and coaching types say this is a good indicator. I mean, it's a good test. I don't know what it indicates, but it's a good test for a good quarterback, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, but that explains a lot as to why C.J. Stroud, his stock has simply dropped. I mean, it really has. So, it's crazy. I don't know how far he'll drop, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And again, because the Houston Texans have given no real clue as to what they are going to do, everybody is kind of in a fluid situation,
right?
You know, you have no idea, which makes it even a tougher job for the Dallas Cowboys at number 26 because they have no idea,
no clue
what's going to be there. Stephen Jones was talking about that today during the Cowboys pre-draft workout. You know, at 26, you just don't know, and so certain players are going to come up. And then you got to convince dad, like they did during Johnny Manziel's time, that no, that's not what we're going to do. Steven? You really did say that.
I just feel like we're picking at 26. It's just so difficult to know right now. I mean, you got to kind of let the, draft play. Well, I know that takes hours. You got plenty of time to be talking about it as guys are, coming off and guys are starting to fall that you might like. I mean, not unlike what happened with CeeDee Lamb a couple of years ago. I mean, you really don't know till it happens. You can read all the mock drafts. You can see all the things that maybe were officially polled quietly by other general managers, but you'll never know till you're there. And then, that's where being nimble and being able to make quick decisions, Jig make a quick decision. If we say, hey, here's an opportunity, and oh, by the way, it's a guy we had quite a bit higher than where he's fallen to now, it might be worth considering giving up something.
Well, I made one on Manziel a few years ago, and that didn't go so well. That right there. So there's one decision.
Exactly.
But
he said, am I going to have to pick up the phone and start calling, or are you going to do it?
But the point is that I think they got a roto system almost this time of the week, and maybe the next 3 or 4 days, we may be interested in going down or maybe up. Or we might sit there, but keep us on your mind.
Yeah, right.
And again, at 26, you don't know. That's where, if you're the Cowboys and you're a Cowboy fan, trust their board. And that is what Mike McCarthy will tell you.
Absolutely.
We've got some big-time breaking NBA news.
Woj, it is a Woj bomb. Ime Udoka has just been named as the new head coach of the Houston Rockets. That is incredible. The other piece of news, the NBA has suspended DeJounte Murray for Game 5 of that series with Boston for bumping into official. And by the way, the Celtics are up 3-1, so that could be the end of the line for the Hawks.
And it was probably going to be the end of the line either way. Look at old Woj saying, "Hey, Shefty, hold my beer."
Yeah, right.
I mean, hey, look at that. We're close enough. Let's do Sports Center. Come back and talk about these two big NBA news and the NBA playoffs as well. And you can react as you would like on the Kiosk of Smoke Meats phone lines. 656 ESPN 656-3776. Hate to say it, but what a great hire for the Houston Rockets.
No question about it.
We'll dive into that as we continue here on the Blitz. First, though, let me tell you about my friends over at Hill Electric. When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home. They've had added, easy for me to say, extra outlets in the garage, put up a big old spotlight over one of my grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. They do fantastic work and have for over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. And what's great about Hill Electric is they've got the right service for you at the right price. But there is never a service charge and always free estimate. So it costs you nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project completed. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Yeah, we just had it as breaking news. Former Spur Ime Udoka has agreed to become the head coach of the Houston Rockets. The NBA has suspended former Spur and now Atlanta Hawk DeJounte Murray for bumping an official. Well, the Celtics lead that best-of-7 set 3-1. DeJounte's going to miss Game 5. And Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. Deal is complete. The Blitz continues next.
Is your mower's battery weak or dead after winter storage? Get your mower ready for spring lawn maintenance at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase any Superstart lawn and garden battery and get a $10 gift card after rebate. Choose Superstart batteries for power, performance, and reliability exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hurry and shop the final days of SpringFest at Lowe's. Ready to get started on your spring planting? Right now, get select Bonnie 19.3-ounce vegetables and herbs, 3 for $12. Save on indoor updates, too, with up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Shop Lowe's today, because Lowe's knows spring. Valid through 4/26. Bonnie offer available in-store only. Actual plant size varies. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
I'd rather ride a bike with my kids than ride in an ambulance.
I'd rather have a catch with my dog Curtis than catch pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like heart disease, asthma, or diabetes, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20 pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Learn more at Prevnar20.com. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'd rather ride a bike with my kids than ride in an ambulance.
I'd rather have a catch with my dog Curtis than catch pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like heart disease, asthma, or diabetes, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20 pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Learn more at Prevnar20.com. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call the Dell Technology Advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Keep counting at those stop signs, Alex. Full stop and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney. Because you are a safe driver. Unlike most drivers who sign up for Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate for how and how much you drive, you could earn a discount for your good driving. So don't turn into an Alex rolling stop and goes whenever she wants, McSweeney. Because once an Alex full stop and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney, always an Alex full stop. Well, you know the rest. Sign up for Snapshot today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on a Monday afternoon. Breaking news here, breaking news there.
Man, what's happening?
Absolutely. Somewhere Rudy J's pissed because nothing ever breaks during R&R in the morning.
Nobody's awake.
Well, that's true.
Oh, they're laying in bed listening to R&R in the morning.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what they're doing. If you're watching on YouTube Live, you can comment there. If on the radio, on the internet, wherever you're listening to us from, we certainly appreciate it. Lots of ways to communicate. You can comment at YouTube Live. You can call or text the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, and or tweet at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. Ime Udoka, the next head coach of the Houston Rockets.
Wow.
I am such a fan of Ime. This pisses me off. I'm happy for him, but man, I hate the Rockets.
Well,
they got it right.
I hate the fact that, I mean, they're right there going to play the Spurs quite a few times. So Ime head to head against Pop, if Pop is still there.
When you, well, true. Anthony Barber with the low-hanging fruit comment on YouTube Live. Rockets executives better hide their wives.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, man. I mean, you wonder what the language was in the deal with the Celtics to be able to go get a job. And again, I thought he was going to end up in Toronto.
Well, yeah. I mean, you knew he wasn't going to be unemployed long.
No.
I mean, he's too good of a coach. He was doing a great job in Boston. And the unfortunate circumstance there, or whatever, however you want to call it, but the Rockets, and with all the young talent that they have, plus they could very well have a Wemby or a Scoot involved in Houston before it's all said and done. So, wow,
it is big news. I just didn't think the Rockets were going to get it right. I mean, look, if you're watching on YouTube, you look at James Pledger right now, and I mean, this could be a week for our great producer, James Pledger.
Yeah.
The Rockets got their coach right, and the Texans have the number 2 pick in the draft. And if they don't screw that up, James Pledger is going to have himself one hell of a week.
Well, I think he's going to be very happy with what I think they're going to do with it. Somebody's going to make them an offer they can't refuse, and they're going to end up trading that pick. I think that's what's going to happen because they're not sold on any of these quarterbacks, I don't think, with the exception of Bryce Young. Everybody wants Bryce Young, but Carolina's going to take him number 1 overall. And so I think Houston trades that pick. They've got a treasure trove of picks as it is now, and they could add a few more and get the players that they want. So
it's going to be interesting. And when I think about what's going on, and again, it's like right now, NBA playoffs, they're going on. They get the headlines.
Right.
Until Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, it's and I don't know, because I realize not many of those listening right now are following the Stanley Cup playoffs like I am.
Are those going on?
The Dallas Stars with an incredible win last night. So they'll play again on Tuesday, and then they don't play again until Friday. And I was thinking, okay, well, that's kind of odd that, you would think it would be Thursday night, but the NHL, there's other Thursday night games. Around there is a rule that at some point during the season you have 2 nights off, or during a series you have 2 nights off. But because Thursday, it doesn't matter. It's all about the draft.
Well, have we stopped talking about the NFL? We have not.
No.
The NFL is king, and it ain't even close.
Yep.
I mean, it's just not. So we're going to continue to talk NFL draft. You got this Aaron Rodgers news today.
Yep.
And then the NBA was, I guess, feeling a little left out. So they suspended DeJounte Murray and announced that Ime Udoka is the new head coach of the Houston Rockets.
All right, so let's dive into those. DeJounte Murray suspended. He bumped an official. That was easy. We all saw that coming, right?
Sure.
The games over the weekend, as predicted here by one Joe Reinagle, Golden State evened things up with Sacramento. That series is now tied at 2-2. Okay. Outside of that, the playoffs have kind of been what we thought. Although Milwaukee, have we heard, is Giannis playing tonight?
He is playing tonight.
He is going to play tonight.
He will play tonight.
Oh, when you're down 2-1, you can get healthy in a hurry.
Well, sure.
Right.
I just need a little, they stick those electrodes on his back and make sure he's okay. He's fine.
Memphis is playing Los Angeles tonight in LA, game 4. Lakers lead that series 2-1. What's interesting is what's happened during this series. Now, we heard from Charles Barkley after what happened in the Sixers series that, hey, kids, if you're listening, there are certain things you can do. If you kick somebody, that's okay. Just don't hit them. Do we have that from Charles the other night on TNT, giving the playground rules advice? Don't you love it when you call up something on the computer and it says not responding, and it's got that little circle thing that is just going and going and going and going and going? I'm glad you had that ready, Pledge. We only talked about it at 2:30.
So we're talking about Dylan Brooks here when he hit LeBron James in the
nuts.
Yeah.
Well, and he did. He punched him there, and he got kicked out of the game. And as we learned in the Philadelphia game, you can kick somebody there and stay in. But if you hit them there, James Harden, you're going to get tossed. Now, Dylan Brooks, villain or victim? Listen to what Dylan Brooks had to say.
The media are making me a villain. The fans are making me a villain. And then that just creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James in the nuts. I'm playing basketball player. So if I intended, and that's whatever is in the flagrant 2 category of having a flagrant 2, and you think I did that, that means you think I'm that type of person. And that's why I don't rate Mark Taylor at all.
Well, look, Dylan Brooks, if he didn't do it on purpose, he probably should have.
He did it on purpose.
Okay, so why not? Why not try to get in LeBron's head? I don't know if that's possible because LeBron's been around the block, a time or two. But if you're Dylan Brooks, I like villains. I don't want to hurt anybody, but every sport needs a villain, and Dylan Brooks is that guy right now.
He wants to be, and then he's like, "Oh, it's the media. Oh, it's the fans." I appreciated LeBron James before that last game, confronting him during warmups, knowing all eyes and all cameras were on there. LeBron's been down the road before. You're not going to get into his head. I mean, you took him out for a few minutes. I mean, you could tell it hurt based on LeBron's reaction. You don't fake that.
No.
I mean, that was and now you look with the Lakers with a 2-1 series lead playing at home tonight, even though Memphis made a game out of it, it wasn't much of a game. I don't know. Do they play better without Dylan Brooks in some ways?
Well, he didn't get suspended.
No, but he got kicked out of the game.
Right. But he's playing.
He's playing.
So, and I think it was Ja Morant. What do you have? 45 points.
He went off. He went off. If Anthony Davis is playing like Anthony Davis can play, and he's been inconsistent in this series. Yeah, I mean, you've seen that. When Anthony Davis is healthy and playing well, this Lakers team against Memphis is going to be tough. It's a tough matchup because they don't have anybody that can stop them.
They got their two guys are hurt. Steven Adams is one. He's not playing, and one of their other big guys isn't playing either. And so, I mean, that hurts them big time. And that's why nobody gave them a chance in this series. So, I don't know. See Memphis win one. Take that thing back to Memphis all tied up.
It would be interesting. Although tonight's going to be must-watch television when it comes to the Lakers and the Grizzlies. And you look at, a couple of these first-round series are turning out to be better series than I think many of us thought they were going to be. Because a lot of times first round can be ho-hum and go from there. Sacramento Golden State has lived up to the billing.
It has.
You predicted, give Joe all the credit and the beer bet win.
Yes, what? Say it again.
You won the beer bet that Golden State was going to win those two games at home. But my goodness, did they almost blow it with one of the more dumb moments in Steph Curry's career when he called a timeout and they didn't have one.
Fortunately for them, they were up by 4 at that point. So, right? Or 5, I think. I think they were up 5 because not Memphis. Who the hell are they playing?
Sacramento.
They got a technical foul and then a 3-pointer.
And you look at it. Now, the end of that game, there was the rebound. The Sacramento got the rebound. They're down 1. They shouldn't have called a timeout. They did. Then they draw up a play. Draymond Green, great defense. They pass it off. Was it Harrison Barnes or somebody taking up a bad 3? You need a 2-point there. You could have drawn up a different play. I don't like the way Sacramento ended that. But afterwards, could you imagine if they lose that game, Golden State does, and Steph Curry pulled a Chris Webber calling for that timeout? What I loved is after the game, everybody defending everybody on whose fault it was that Steph Curry had a brain fart. This was Steph taking responsibility.
I knew we challenged, but I didn't realize when we lost the challenge that we didn't have any timeouts left. I know Coach mentioned he took the blame for it. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was the smartest play in the world. When I got the ball, turned around, saw a trap, realized there was no real outlets. Instead of turning it over, it's kind of the heady play, but it turned out not to be. I looked over at the bench and everybody was shaking their head. So it was an unfortunate situation in that respect, but good learning lesson. Thankfully, we came away with the win, but good learning lesson on how important all those details are.
Oh, Steph Curry. He's really got nothing to apologize for. I mean, sir, if it's not for Steph Curry, that team's nothing.
Well, and that might be true, but you can't make that play. But is it Steph's fault? Of course not. Nothing is his fault. It was all Steve Kerr's fault.
100% my fault. I knew we didn't have any timeouts left. We took the challenge, and when the challenge was unsuccessful, as we were exiting the huddle, that's on me. I've got to remind the guys we're out of timeouts. I didn't say that, and so Steph wasn't aware. So that's on me for not making that clear.
Yeah, and Steve, of course, because Steph Curry's a pro and he's played basketball for a long time. So surely you got to remind him that there's no timeouts left. Come on. But you love Steve Kerr, right? I mean, he took up for Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
He takes up for his guys, and that's what coaches do, I suppose. And so what's it going to hurt for Steve to stand up there on the podium and say, hey, it was my fault, and I got to be better. And I'll remind Steph that we have no timeouts.
It is. And again, because they won the game, it's a lot easier, I think, for Steph to say, we'll all learn from this. But it is true. I mean, how often do you see coaches reminding players of the obvious? How often Do you see teammates reminding players of the obvious sometimes? Because sometimes you can have that brain fart. You don't know. Steph got trapped, no outlet, call a timeout. Whoa, we don't have any? I mean,
and how often does that happen? I mean, seriously, teams running out of timeouts.
In the NBA, it seems damn near impossible to run out of timeouts.
Yeah, you're exactly
but
right.
that challenge, and when you lose one in the challenge, because I think mentally every time you know there's one taken, it's when one just disappears that you forget that you have it. It's happened.
Well, we'll see. The Warriors got to figure out a way to win on the road because they're a different ball club away from San Francisco.
They are, and it's going to be interesting. Now a best of 3.
Yep.
A best of 3 in the first round. You think about great receivers, quarterbacks, what makes them better? Is it the quarterback that makes receiver? Is it the other way around? Combination of both?
A little bit of both, right?
DeAndre Hopkins is a far better wide receiver than you might think. We will explain as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, though, it's time to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Man, the weather has been nuts, hasn't it? I mean, it's cold yesterday. It's better today. Saturday was perfect. But, that's just what we face here in San Antonio and South Texas. So you need to keep Stevens Roofing number handy. Let me give it to you. 210-785-0994. We've had some hailstorms, too. So if you think that your house might have some roof damage, give Stevens Roofing a call. Don't trust one of those fly-by-night vans that just show up in your neighborhood. You don't want to do that. You want to work with a local roofing company with years of experience. Work with a company whose people live in our area and deal with the same weather we do. Of course, that's Stevens Roofing. They got a great saying over there. It's buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. The professionals at Stevens Roofing repair and install all kinds of roofs. They do metal roofs. They do composition roofs. They do commercial projects, and they'll work with your insurance company. If you've got a claim, let Stevens Roofing take that off your plate. 210-785-0994. They'll come out, they'll check for any damage, and they'll give you an honest assessment. Whether it's a simple leak, roof replacement, whatever the job is, you can trust Stevens Roofing. Stevens Roofing is your local roofer, here for you, rain or shine, for years to come. You can get them online at stevensroofing.net. Just remember that saying, buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. 210-785-0994.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Viva La Brawl! Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo at the Techport Arena. R&R in the Morning have your tickets to see San Antonio's own Castaneda brothers, along with the Navarez versus Heinen fight, Destiny Jones versus Brittany Ordonez, and more. Listen to R&R in the Morning at 7:05, 8:05, and 9:05 for your chance to win. Just listen for the fight bell, and you could be on your way to Viva La Brawl. Plus, one lucky winner will get the ultimate upgrade to VIP ringside seats, along with plenty of swag. Presented by Davies Arena and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Buy tickets at daviesentertainment.com.
All eyes will be on the NFL Draft this Thursday, and San Antonio Sports Star is on top of all the coverage. Join the Blitz live this Thursday at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar to follow all the NFL Draft action. We're starting at 3 o'clock with happy hour specials, your chance to win Red Hot Chili Pepper tickets, and all the draft trash talk you can handle. That's this Thursday for night one of the NFL Draft, live at Slacker's Thousand Oaks location, and your chance to win Red Hot Chili Pepper tickets.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast, while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Having McDonald's breakfast is delicious. Having someone else get you McDonald's breakfast is delicious-er. Right now, get a big breakfast with hotcakes for just $4.99, only at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power.
Up to 389 horses of it.
Innovation and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. Nissan Ariya with E-Force expected availability early 2023. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in Port with E-Step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm personal price plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this message Mateo left.
Jake from State Farm, you should know orange juice commercials make me cry. I feel bad for the oranges.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Step up your lunch game at Twin Peaks with hearty combos put together for you that start at just $7.99. Featuring savory soups, crisp salads, and a variety of sandwiches to satisfy your every craving. Enjoy your next lunch break with Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Gold and other precious metals stand the test of time and can help you diversify your portfolio. Jason Minix here for Noble Gold Investments. Physical assets weather countless financial storms. You have seen what has happened to some banks recently. Gold is the most stable asset outside of any government control. At Noble Gold Investments, they help protect your financial future by offering a secure and convenient way to invest in physical precious metals, rare coins, or a gold and silver IRA. Gold, silver, and other precious metals will always protect against market fluctuations. At noblegoldinvestments.com, learn how investing in precious metals help guard against inflation, hedge against the dollar, and so much more. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. Use promo code STAR to get a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with each gold or silver IRA if you qualify. noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Diamonds Direct's biggest sale all year is going on now with an extra 20% savings, an expanded selection, in-store designer appearances, and special financing. Imagine 20% off Diamonds Direct's already value prices on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry, and thousands of engagement ring mountings. Meet the designers who've flown in with all new collections for spring. It's the most exciting event all year with extreme savings and exceptional value. Don't miss this once-a-year jewelry extravaganza. Details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. San Antonio Missions back home tomorrow night for a $2 Tuesday. We have a family 4-pack of tickets to give away and a parking pass for the game.
Oh, that's always nice.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to head out to Wolf Stadium tomorrow night, catch the Missions. Just be caller number 7 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 7, or however long it takes Pledge to finish whatever it is he is eating over there. Looks like leftover pizza.
Wow.
Look like Domino's. No, Papa John's?
Marco's, actually.
Marco's is good.
Right. Yeah.
Like Marco's. Not a Papa John's guy.
Hey, you've said that.
I
don't know why. I like Papa John's.
I'm not a big fan.
If I'm going with delivery pizza, Papa John's is right up there.
But Pizza Hut, if I'm doing delivery.
Dude, I can't tell you the last time I had Pizza Hut.
I like Pizza Hut.
For delivery?
Sure.
Yeah.
Swing in there and, pick it up. Whatever.
Well, that's not delivery then.
What's okay, they do both.
Why? But you specifically said delivery.
Delivery.
Then you said I'm going to swing in there. It doesn't work that way.
Well, sometimes if you want it faster.
Sure.
Those delivery guys, sometimes they can take a while.
They can.
And your pizza's going to be hot if you swing in there and pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay.
There's lots of good pizzas out there.
Absolutely.
But if I'm going to get it and bring it home, probably not going in there.
No.
Although, again, I've been in a Pizza Hut and I don't know how long.
Well, they were closed for a long time, in the dining room area, like a lot of places because of COVID. But you can go back in there now.
Good.
Haven't been in a Pizza Hut in a long time, except to swing in and pick up my pizza.
Remember when it was the thing to go to?
Yeah.
And, you had the salad bar and they'd bring it out in that big old dish.
Absolutely.
That was like a treat. That wasn't considered fast food pizza.
I guess, because when I grew up in Alice, there was a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a hangout.
The same in Copper's Cove.
So I'm partial.
Saying maybe that's why I'm not.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know.
We'll go from there. Back in the day, I remember doing a deal with Dat Win when he was co-hosting on this show.
Yeah.
To see if he could name all of the quarterbacks that he played with between Troy Aikman and Tony Romo.
How'd he do?
Not as good as you would think.
Huh.
Right? Because there were a lot of guys that started. Well, DeAndre Hopkins, who is still currently a member of the Arizona Cardinals, was doing a video bit, and he was asked if he could name all the quarterbacks that he has caught touchdown passes from. It's actually 13. This from CBS Sports.
I want to know, can you name all the NFL quarterbacks who have thrown you a touchdown pass? Now I have the list in front of me, so I'll let you know, if you get a name right, get a name wrong. Matt Shaw, Ace Keenum, Yates, TJ Yates, Brock Osweiler, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yep. Deshaun Watson. Clearly. Oh, man, this sucks. This is tough. Kyler Murray. Yep. Kyler Murray. Brian. Man, back up for the Patriots. Brian. You got Hoyer. Brian Hoyer. Yep. You missing three. Okay. Three guys threw me a touchdown that I can't remember. Let's go to the Texans. I know you play with a lot of quarterbacks, and you said I play a lot. The initials, first and last, RM. Ryan Mallett. Yep. Next quarterback, initials TS. I used to act like he was a wrestler. Oh yeah. Tom Savage. Yeah. There we go. Tom Savage. One more. I got this. One more. DW. Yeah, that's what we missed. Brandon Weeden.
Wow, Brandon Weeden. Some of those names you forget about.
You think about the numbers that D-Hop has put up. Is he far better a wide receiver than what we already think of him as when you think about all the crap quarterbacks that he has played with?
Yes.
And he has still put up Hall of Fame type numbers?
Yeah, yes. The answer to that is, in my opinion, there was a time where he was the best receiver in the NFL. And I don't know if he's, lost much of that, but I think he's great. He catches everything.
When you think about where he's at and, the trade value of him, I'm curious how many Texans fans could have named all those quarterbacks.
Probably not many.
Right? Because some are forgettable.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yes. I mean,
but this guy played with him. That was your teammate. That was your quarterback. And you couldn't just start rattling him off. I mean, it's one thing for a linebacker to do that, but for a wide receiver,
that's 13 quarterbacks though. And some of them were there for a minute. Not long at all. So props to him. I thought he did a great job. I hope he gets the hell out of Arizona. I really do. He needs to go to a contender.
He hopes to get the hell out of Arizona. A wild day of breaking news. We'll go over it all coming up right after this SportsCenter update.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. KTFM Floresville and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's SportsCenter.
It was the breaking news about an hour ago. Former Spur Ime Udoka has agreed to become the next head coach of the Houston Rockets. NBA has suspended former Spur, now Atlanta Hawk, DeJounte Murray. He bumped an official in Game 4. He's going to miss Game 5. Celtics, they need to win that one to wrap up that series. And Kings guard De'Aaron Fox has a fractured tip on his left index finger.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Monday afternoon. So many ways that you can participate in the show. You can comment on our YouTube Live, which is there. And if you're at YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
You can tweet us at Joe Reinagel 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. You can also call or text the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Now, in about 15 minutes, we're going to play a game to give away tickets to Taste of the North Side, which is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
The Blitz will be live at a Taste of the North Side tomorrow. My favorite Fiesta event. The best Fiesta event, according to me.
Yeah.
Party with a purpose. If you don't win tickets, you can save $100 per ticket. Use promo code ESPN at tasteofthenorthside.org. And they got plenty of area inside as well. So if you're looking at the forecast and thinking about spending that kind of money, it's well worth it.
Oh, my gosh.
And once you get in there, you don't reach for your wallet.
No, it's all inclusive.
Drinks, your food, everything is all taken care of.
All inclusive.
So
I love that.
From that standpoint, when you think about going to other Fiesta events, you pay to get in and you pay to park. They've got on-site parking that's covered. And then you get in, you get this drink ticket, that food ticket, and all that. And you spend about the same. You don't, you know, it's the upfront cost here that gets a lot of people, whoa, but it's worth every penny.
Every penny. But somebody's going to walk away with a pair. And I can't wait to see who you've got lined up here because I don't know who the guest is.
It's a game called Who Are You? We have this great overly produced open.
It's time for Who Are You?
Who are you? Who the hell is this? I don't think you know who I am. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who is this?
Just guess who the guest is.
You know who it is?
It's Who Are You on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
So we play this game. It's a fairly new game for us.
Yeah.
And we'll ask this person a series of questions, clues, based on their answers. The caveat this time around is I didn't tell Reinagel who it is.
Yeah, that's different. I knew last time who it was.
Yes.
But this time I don't know. So I'll be guessing right along with everybody else.
Now, but if Joe figures it out, he's not allowed to say.
Right.
He will then just ask better questions because he knows who he's talking to at that point. And we'll go from there. And once you guess, if you guess correctly, you win a pair of VIP tickets to Taste of the North Side. So that's in about 10 minutes or so. Big day of breaking news. Let's start with the NFL. The Green Bay Packers at pick number 13 are going to take a wide receiver because they got pick number 13 from the Jets in a pick swap for some quarterback named Aaron Rodgers, who's going to wear number 8.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's good. He wore that at Cal.
Yes.
He wore number 8.
Aaron Rodgers is now officially a New York Jet.
Even though Joe Namath gave him permission to wear number 12 if he wanted to. I thought that was classy.
It is classy. And when you think about legacy and you think about the 12s, you think about the comparisons already to, say, a Tom Brady, I think a fresh start for Aaron Rodgers, you know, when he was deep in a cave in Oregon, I think that was part of it. What number do I want to wear while with the New York Jets? Create his whole new New York Jet legacy. Maybe.
Could be.
Doubles up Brett Favre. He's 8.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Why did he change in the first place? I mean, you know, coming out of Cal, going to the Packers.
I don't know. Maybe 8 wasn't available when he was drafted.
Maybe.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, but I do appreciate, and I do think it's a classy move. I can't wait for him to go on Pat McAfee and talk about the decision to change numbers. But I do like the fact that he is honoring the game and the legends and not married to 12.
Yeah.
And it is the sign of a fresh start. As for the trade, It took 40 days from the time Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee and said, I intend to be a Jet, for them to actually get a deal done. The trade compensation isn't nearly what I thought it was going to be, quite frankly.
Well, I think, you've got to look at it in a little different light, because I think the Packers did as well as they could have done. Guy's 39 years old. You owed him $100 million. And in Green Bay, they're partying in the streets right now. I guarantee you that town is popping champagne or whatever it is they do in Green Bay.
Beer and cheese.
Beer and cheese.
Yeah.
Well, they're having a hell of a time with some beer and cheese.
I expected more from the compensation part. I think the Jets get the better end of this deal because they did not give up a first-round pick. The Jets never wanted to part ways with this year's first-round pick. They did a pick swap. So instead of 13, they're at 15, and the Packers are going to 13. There is a first-rounder, maybe, a conditional pick next year that's a second-rounder as we sit today. But if Aaron Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps, that will turn into a first. So more than likely, they do get the Jets' first-round pick next year, and a couple other picks that were involved there. I expected not quite what Russell Wilson, the compensation package between the Seahawks and the Broncos, but something closer to it. I'm seeing mixed results from quote-unquote NFL experts on the Twitter, saying some that the Packers won this trade and some say the Jets won this trade. So I guess at that point, probably a pretty damn good trade.
Must be if everybody split on it. Look, I think Green Bay did as well as they could do, because the last thing Green Bay wanted was the Jets to say, no, thank you. We've changed our mind and we're just going to go with the mom guy and stick with him. But they didn't do that, and that would have been a nightmare for the Green Bay Packers. It would have been a nightmare.
It would have been.
They did not want Aaron Rodgers walking back into that locker room at all.
And he didn't want to walk back into that locker room. I would like to think that Aaron Rodgers probably gave some sort of guarantee to the New York Jets that this is more than a one-year deal. Because if it's only for 1 year, to me, that's an awful lot to give up for 1 year. But the Jets are all in. That said, I don't know that they're the best team in their division. I still think Buffalo is. You look at, you make this kind of investment, you are now on track to be considered a Super Bowl favorite. But with the addition of Aaron Rodgers, do you look at the New York Jets as better than the Chiefs, better than the Bengals, better than the Bills?
I'm not ready to go better than, but I think they're in the conversation. And so I think they can compete with those guys now that they have a quarterback. They've got some great young talent with the New York Jets. Their defense is smothering. I mean, second maybe to San Francisco. So they've got a good young defense, and they've got some good playmakers on the offensive side. They just needed a quarterback to put it all together. I think this team is going to be great. You look at Buffalo, you look at Miami, and now the Jets. That kind of leaves New England in the cold. I mean, they got to figure they're the bottom dwellers of that division right there, and it's going to be a three-team battle, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The AFC, believe it or not, just got a hell of a lot stronger.
The AFC is. And for the NFC, Dak Prescott now the longest tenured starting quarterback in the NFC. And depending on what San Francisco does, is Trey Lance really on the market or not? Do you trade a Trey Lance away if you're San Francisco this week during the draft when you're unsure of the health status of a Brock Purdy? You better be, if you trade Trey Lance, and his name has been out there a lot, you better make sure that Brock Purdy, the doctors are right, because, that's a good team, but there's a question mark there. You've got the Eagles and you've got the Cowboys. I mean, those are the three best teams in the NFC right now.
Yes, and there's been rumors that, I don't know, Lamar Jackson could end up in San Francisco. I've seen that rumor. So I don't know if San Francisco may have a magic trick up their sleeve, but it's going to be interesting to see. But because you're right, if you're an NFC team and you've got any kind of team, San Francisco, Dallas, Philadelphia, I'm going to throw Detroit in there now too. I'll be honest with you, because I think Detroit is going to be a contender. I'm not saying they're one of the top three, but I think they're right there. And so you look at, what's Minnesota going to do? There's been rumors that, Kirk Cousins could be on the trade block. And then we hear today Minnesota is calling Houston and Arizona to see about a trade to perhaps move up to 2 or 3. So I think if you're an NFC team and you are on the cusp, you've got to do whatever you have to do to get in that conversation and get in that mix, because this is a golden opportunity.
It really is. And then you think about the other breaking news coming out of the NBA. One, Giannis is going to play tonight for the Bucks. Down in the series, no surprise. He's healthy enough and is at least going to give it a go. But the big breaking news in the NBA, Ime Udoka, former Spur, former Celtics coach, is now the head coach of the Houston Rockets.
Irritating, isn't it?
Big time. The Rockets really got it right.
They did. He's going to be a great coach there with the young talent that they have, with the young talent that they're going to get. Because keep in mind, Spurs fans, they've got the same 14% chance of landing Wemby as the Spurs do. So can you imagine the Rockets with what they did last year? I think they've been in the lottery for quite a while. So they've amassed some young talent. Ime Udoka could perhaps be the best hire that team could have made.
Well, and you look at it, I was kind of thinking that while I knew Ime had interviewed for the Houston job, when Nick Nurse got fired last week, he became an immediate candidate, Ime did, for the Toronto job. Ime's relationship with that organization and their GM, I thought he would end up there. Woj tweeted out that the Udoka deal with the Rockets got moved pretty quickly after they had their initial meeting. Raphael Stone, the Rockets GM, knew that's what he wanted. They had other options, but Ime Udoka was the guy, even with the baggage that he carries. Clearly not an issue for Tillman Fertitta in the Houston Rockets.
No, it's not, and it's the right hire. And this guy's, he needed to be given a chance, and you knew he wasn't going to be unemployed long. He's too good of a coach.
Yep.
And the players like him. So you got to you got to stand up and congratulate the Rockets. They did get it right today.
And I would imagine if you're the Boston Celtics, you're excited because that's one less check you don't have to write.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Well, I'm happy for Ime Udoka. No question about it. Very happy for him.
I'm sort of happy.
Well, I still hate Houston, but, you root for people.
You do.
Right? He's a guy that I root for.
I agree. That's why I wish he was going somewhere else. But
yeah.
That's just me. You ready to play Who Are You?
Sure. I'm excited to see who you are.
If you want to win Taste of the Northside tickets, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 for a pair of VIP tickets for Taste of the Northside, happening tomorrow night, my favorite Fiesta event. We're playing Who Are You? And your chance to win Taste of the Northside tickets as we continue here on the Blitz. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need your logo on any kind of golf shirt, a fishing shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. Uniforms. Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Sammy has all the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. If you need caps, Sam has over 12,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. He's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900. 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It's 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Take us in. Let's go to the commissioner.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
This is going to be a fun player to watch.
This Thursday, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who Do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number one? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here with the Blitz, broadcasting live at Slackers, Thousand Oaks, followed by the draft at 6 on your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Folks, quality is a huge deal. It's what I look for when I recommend something to my listeners. It means you can depend on it. Quality means it won't let you down. It's something you can be proud of. Well, that's the definition of a Connecticut water softener. With other water softener brands, you just never know. Maybe they work half the time or they're just plain junk. A Connecticut water softener is up to 80% more efficient than competing models and will be the last water softener you'll ever own. That's because you're buying quality, and it's backed up with an outstanding 10-year warranty, too. If you're ready to enjoy all the benefits that come with quality, bring home a Connecticut water softener. Call the team at Connecticut at 656-PURE or online at ConnecticutSA.com. That's 656-PURE or ConnecticutSA.com, and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Are you ready to party with a purpose? Taste of the Northside is Tuesday, April 25th from the Security Service Event Center. It's the most exclusive Fiesta event hosted by Brighton Center and presented by HEB. It's a Fiesta event for foodies. Include entertainment and unlimited tastings from over 25 premier restaurants. Get your tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, the largest nonprofit in San Antonio, serving children with disabilities through pediatric therapy and education initiatives.
It's Macy's Friends and Family. Get an extra 30% off great gifts for her just in time for Mother's Day when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off beauty essentials or shop specials she'll love while supplies last. Plus, Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift card services and fees at Macy's. Sign up today at Macy's.com/Star Rewards. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
If car designers can make cars look like anything, why are there so many boring cars? Why not a car that looks like an ancient sword? Or the future? The sky isn't even the limit at Nissan. Why be boring when you can make a katana blade slice through traffic? That's the Nissan Z. Or something from the future whizzing by. And that's the Aria. Nissan. Redesign for thrill. 2023 Aria has limited availability. See dealer for financing details.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, the playoffs, they continue. Can Golden State put them to bed? We'll talk about it. Also, the NFL draft's just a couple of days away, and man, it can't come soon enough. Back to the Blitz. Hey, boys, a couple days in studio ain't bad for anybody. Y'all have a good show.
Yeah, I mean, 3 days we're on location this week, although today is a studio day on this Monday. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Tomorrow, we're going to be live at my favorite Fiesta event, what I consider the best Fiesta event. It is Taste of the Northside, one of the hardest tickets to get. Now, if you don't win them, you can go to tasteofthenorthside.org, use promo code ESPN, and save $100 per ticket.
That's a heck of a deal.
It is a heck of a deal, but we've got a chance for you to win tickets.
That's an even better deal.
To Taste of the Northside right now. It's a game that we like to call Who Are You?
It's time for Who Are You?
Who are you? Who the hell is this? I don't think you know who I am. Who's this guy? Who's that guy? Who is this?
Just guess who the guest is.
You know who it is.
It's Who Are You on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And who doesn't love an overly produced, cheesy intro like that for a game? Yeah, we've done this a few times already. If you're new to it, we're going to bring our guest on the Buyers Barricades guest line, ask them some questions that will give you clues. We're not going to tell you who. But we've added a wrinkle this time because the boss man thought this would be fun. Reinagel has no idea who we are talking to.
No clue.
Who this guest is.
Well, I'm looking forward to finding out Who are you?
Now, the key is we will ask this person a series of questions, clues, and we don't try to make it too complicated, but we will go that way. And I guess as we introduce, we will start with this is a guy, right?
Yes.
I was a little worried there
Okay.
was such hesitation there.
You never know these days, right? You never know.
So real quick, because I don't want to screw anything up, do I just give you one word answer?
No, I think it's better if you can answer him any way you want without saying your name.
Okay, good, because I was a little nervous with the whole pronoun era we live in. If I can call myself a guy, but yes, I'm a man.
And now that voice sounds familiar, I will say. Let me ask this question. Are you from San Antonio?
Yes, the greatest city in the world.
Okay.
Would you consider yourself the greatest athlete to ever attend Patton F. Middle School?
Yeah. Patton F. Texans, get it right.
The Texans. Okay. Let's see. Professional athlete?
Former
professional athlete. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Do we start taking guest calls now? Is that enough?
Well,
or do we think a little bit?
He's from San Antonio.
Uh-huh.
Former professional athlete and the best player to ever come out of Patton F. Middle School.
All right, but without saying it on air, have you figured it out?
I recognize the voice, I think. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very very unique voice.
It is.
Yes.
It is. All right. Pledge, is he locked in? Can I take calls without? There you go. All right. All right. Let's start taking some guesses here. Miguel, you're on the Blitz. Do you know who we're talking to?
Is it Ryan Forrester?
It is not. But,
okay.
But good guess, I think. Daniel, you're on the Blitz. Do you know who we're talking to?
I have no idea.
That's one hell of a guess, man. One hell of a guess. Anthony, you're on the Blitz. Do you have a guess?
Yeah, is it Indy Kalu?
It is.
Holy cow!
Wow.
You know what, Anthony? I'm going with you to the taste. You made me feel good, Anthony.
Wow.
I was concerned that no one would get it.
All right, Anthony, what gave it away?
Patton F. Middle School. And that football voice. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, and to give you an idea, and if this makes you feel better, ND, the first four callers, Anthony being one of them, were actually on hold during the commercial break before they even had an idea who we were going to be talking to.
Well, that does make me feel better. And Anthony, you made my day. Jason, you and I talked. I was a little nervous.
I know you were nervous, but I'm telling you, it's amazing what people are going to know, especially when there's great prizes on the line. Anthony, hang on. Pledge is going to get some info from you as you have won yourself tickets to Taste of the North Side, as we are talking to the greatest athlete to ever come out of Patton F. Marshall High School, San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer on the Buyers Barricades guest line, the great ND Kalu. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. Appreciate y'all having me. And anytime I can talk to, the good folks of San Antonio, I'm excited about it. Especially you, Jason, with everything you've done, in my life, post-career. I'm always ready to jump on the phone with you.
Well, that's nice, Indy, and I'm glad that I finally get to be introduced to you, because I didn't know who you were or who the guest was, but I did recognize your voice. I did, and I thought of right away. So, Indy, you're in Houston now, correct?
That is correct.
What's going on with the Texans? Are they going to take C.J. Stroud, or what's the talk that you're hearing?
That's a great question, because now I'm hearing and reading more and more about the Houston Texans possibly trading the number 2 pick away. And it's funny, even though I stopped doing the daily radio show here, I did a podcast over at NRG Stadium with the Texans, with Wade Smith, former player, former offensive lineman. And we were going back and forth. If you need a quarterback, you take a quarterback. But what it tells me if they don't draft, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, any of the remaining quarterbacks after presumably Bryce Young goes, it's just telling us that they don't believe any of those guys are truly going to be the face of anyone's franchise over the next 10 years, because the Texans absolutely need a quarterback. And now that we're hearing all these stories, and I don't know if they're just trying to pivot or throw up smoke screens, that they're not, for sure going to go with a quarterback. It just lets me know that maybe they don't believe that any of these guys outside of Bryce are true franchise players.
Indy, and all of that makes sense. And then you see like C.J. Stroud was at the top, and you see that slide. And every year there's somebody that has that slide. But if I'm Nick Caserio, I need a quarterback. If I don't take one of these guys, as the great John McClain tells us every week, the buzz about the D'Amico hire and the good feelings about Houston are just going to go away. Or even though Nick doesn't seem to remember his name during press conferences, could there be the thought that, well, we like this Davis guy enough or more than we like these other guys? Do they feel like maybe they have something in Davis Mills and that allows them some flexibility on whether or not they take a quarterback at number 2?
You know what, Jay? I'll just be straight up. It would be hard for me to believe, after watching Davis Mills for the last 2 years, to feel that he's going to be better than any of those quarterbacks, even if they're the remaining quarterbacks. I just believe if they don't go quarterback, it's not because they have faith in Davis. They don't feel like any of these guys are franchise guys. And let's keep in mind, going into drafts in the past, there are plenty of drafts where there are 3 or 4 guys that are supposed to be first-round picks, can't miss guys. And then when reality sets in, only one guy from a certain draft might prove to be a true starter in the NFL. I remember looking at the draft with Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, and going into the draft on my radio show saying, well, you know what, guess what, guys? One of these guys won't be a franchise quarterback. One of these guys won't stick with their team for more than 5 or 6 years. And it ended up being both of those guys. So Nick Caserio, this is his job. We talk about it. He actually does it. After watching film, he might say that, hey, I don't believe any of these guys are going to be a franchise quarterback. That would be disappointing from a fan basis, but I would appreciate it if that's his take, and then he ends up going maybe defense with Will Anderson or Jalen Carter.
It's going to be interesting to see, and the rest of the NFL world is kind of waiting to see what Houston is going to do. I mean, everybody knows Carolina is going to take Bryce Young. That's pretty much a given. But then nobody really knows what Houston is going to do, which is throwing a wrench into everybody else's plans.
Right. You don't know what Houston's going to do. But as far as throwing a wrench, either they're going to go, in my opinion, and I might be putting my foot in my mouth, either they're going to go C.J. Stroud, a defensive player, or trade the pick. So if you're picking number 3, if I'm not mistaken, is Arizona. They don't need a quarterback. So I don't think they have to sit in and wait or wonder what Houston's going to do. They're going to have multiple options. But I don't really think it's going to throw off the entire draft if they stay put at number 2, because it's either going to be C.J. Stroud or, the best available player outside of a quarterback. So I don't think other teams should use that as an excuse or as a crutch. Oh, we don't know what they're going to do, so, our board is thrown off.
Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz, played in the NFL for a lot of years for all the teams that we hate here in San Antonio. Played for the Eagles, played in Washington, finished up in Houston. So, I mean, there was that. Never got that star in his helmet, but he is in the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. That happened officially a year ago yesterday. And, Indy, when you think about, coming out of Marshall, going to Rice, take us back to when you were in the NFL draft, a 5th-round pick by those Philadelphia Eagles. And so, it's not necessarily the day one guys. They get all the talk this time of the year, especially, the Monday beginning of draft week. But those guys that go in the 4th, 5th, 6th round that can be like you with a 10-year NFL career, what was your draft week like?
It was exciting, and there was a lot of anxiety. But going into it, my thought process, being an undersized defensive end from Rice University, I remember telling my agent.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Where have you ever been called undersized?
Look, when you're coming out and you're 247 pounds playing defensive end, that they consider that undersized. Now, I grew into, a 270-pound player, but yes, coming out, believe it or not, I was considered undersized. And when I was drafted, I was the smallest defensive lineman in the locker room for a couple of years, actually.
That's incredible because you're a big man. There's no doubt about it. No question. Indy, I've got to ask you about the breaking news this afternoon. What and it just did with the Rockets hiring Ime Udoka as the new head coach. What do you think?
Excitement. I mean, that's something that I just heard. And, Silas, he's a good person. You can only say positive things about him outside of what he did as a coach. And Ime Udoka, obviously with the baggage that, if you want to call it baggage, that he's bringing, it made it easier to get a talent like Ime Udoka with what he's done when he was with the Celtics. But with the new talent, the young talent that they have, and depending on what they get out of this upcoming draft, I mean, there's just excitement. You talked about the excitement with the Houston Texans bringing in D'Amico Ryan. That's what you're starting to feel, and it's only been a couple of hours here in Houston regarding the Rockets, despite the fact that they had the worst record in the NBA.
Indy Kalu here on the Blitz, and I know for a long time you were doing radio in Houston. You're not now, but you think about with what the Astros are doing, the Rockets with the right hire, and the Texans with that number 2 pick. Who's getting the headlines right now? I mean, it's still the Texans in that number 2 if they don't screw it up.
Bring that up. This is a great question. We had this discussion a few days ago. It feels like even though I don't have the radio show, I'm on air more now than I've been in the past as a guest. But this is still a football town here in Houston. And the Houston Texans, despite the success of the Astros, like you mentioned, the Rockets, the buzz going around the Rockets, it's still all about the Houston Texans. If you talk Texans, people are going to listen. Either you're going to complain about them, you're going to praise them, you're going to talk about the excitement moving forward, or you're still going to, lament the decisions that they've made in the past. But this is still, Houston Texans is still a football town. So the Texans are going to take the number 1 spot.
And when you think about the Texans and the buzz around the Texans with the hiring of D'Amico Ryans, I don't know how well you know D'Amico, but what kind of head coach do you think he is going to be?
Know him very well. I have a lot of respect for him. He's going to be a great leader that can still relate to the players. He's still young enough to relate to the players. He played long enough into the NFL to understand what your body, your mentality, your spirit goes through just being an NFL player. But he's still such a great leader that he's not going to be one of these so-called players coaches that let the players run all over them. And he has a lot of respect just around the NFL. I played with D'Amico for 3 years, and one thing I remember about him as a rookie, his rookie year was like my 10th year, but the commands he would take in the huddle, when he was in our huddle, we knew like this was our leader, even though some of us were 8, 9, 10 years older than him. And he just stayed that course. He stayed the course of being a great leader and becoming even a better leader as he went on in his career. Then a lot of people don't realize this. When he retired, he called me when he retired from football because he didn't know what his next move was going to be. So I had him come on my show because he was contemplating coaching, media, businessman. So he and I had a lot of conversations. He came by my office, my real estate office, to see what that day-to-day was like. I had him come by and do my radio show for like a month. And I told him, just see, if this is the lifestyle you want. And then after hanging out with me for a few months, he was like, man, screw everything you're doing. I'm going to go straight to coaching. 6 years later, and now he's a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah, I think he made the right decision there with what he did with that defense in San Francisco, and now the excitement that he's bringing to Houston. I've got to ask you something, though, ND, something you mentioned a minute ago, that it's all about the Houston Texans there in Houston. I found the same thing, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. We were in Denver for the NBA playoffs, and we were listening to sports talk radio there, and all they were talking about was the NFL draft. Why is the NFL so much better than everybody else?
I'm a little bit biased, but I just think first of all, I'm not foolish enough to sit up here and try to say it's the most popular sport in the world. We all know it's soccer, the other football, but it's just the best sport. You talk about the violence. You talk about the team aspect. Then you talk about how a lot of it's contingent on having a great quarterback. You know, that one position where you do have to have above average to great to have success as a team. And just the nature of the sport. I just think it's the most exciting sport to watch, even if you're a casual fan. Like if you're a casual fan, and I love baseball, I have a lot of respect for what those athletes do, especially the pitchers. But let's be real. I mean, if you're just a casual sports fan and the baseball game's on television, it's hard to watch. If you're a casual fan and basketball's on, I think basketball's a little more fast-paced, it's a little more exciting. But football, I mean, it could be Cleveland playing Arizona, and there's going to be excitement there. I just think it's just the nature of the sport is just so much more entertaining than the others. That's why most of the time it's going to be the primary sport that we're talking about.
The great Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz, San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer, and the man responsible for D'Amico Ryan's coaching career. You learn something new every day on the Blitz. But and while you grew up here, you live in Houston now, but you're coming back to San Antonio to do some coaching of your own. You're going to put on a free youth football camp on June 24th, which is awesome that you're giving back in San Antonio.
You know what? And it's something I should have done a long time ago. But especially after the ceremony for the Sports Hall of Fame last year and how special that was, how big it was, I just said, I have to, do the proverbial give back. And how can I not have a free football camp in the same city where I was shaped, when it comes to becoming a man, a football player. So I was lucky enough to get with Brian Salinas. He played with me at Marshall. He's kind of spearheading this. With some other great people. Priest Holmes, running back from Kansas City, y'all may have heard of him, played at Marshall with me. He's getting involved in it. And we're going to Cornerstone High School. A couple of guys that I played with in high school, they're coaching there and they're the athletic director. So I'm going to get you more details as we get closer to it. But it's all coming together. We've had some sponsors set up. But my main thing, even if I had to come out of pocket, and I'm cheap, so that means a lot. I just told
Trust
them,
me, this is a true statement.
But I said, I don't want a participant to spend $1 on this camp, and we're going to give them quality day of learning football. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to drive down whenever y'all are going to have me closer to the camp just to promote it. We already have, I think the limit is 150. And last I heard, we already have 70 people, just word of mouth, who've already signed up. So I really want to get it to that 150. And my main goal is that, one, they learn a lot about football, the fundamentals of football. They have a great time, and they don't spend $1 out there.
Well, that is awesome. I've got a flyer. I'll tweet it out here before the end of the show at Jay Semenix, at Joe Reinagel 210, so we get that thing filled up. A free football camp June 24th with the likes of an Indy Kalu and a Priest Holmes. And, I think you just answered one of the questions. I never said the greatest athlete out of Marshall. So Pat now.
Oh, you could have said Marshall. You could have said out of Marshall also. Priest Holmes will understand. Not greatest football player, because that goes to Carlos Reza. But athlete as far as, high jump, basketball, football. Yeah, me and Priest, we might have some arguments on that.
Do you still have the Marshall high jump record at 7 feet?
Well, get this. It wasn't just the Marshall record. It was the district record. And some kid just tied it this year. After 31 years of having my name up there by itself, a kid just this year, and he also plays football. I actually want to meet him and shake his hand, but he just tied my district record at 7 feet. I want to say he goes to Brandeis.
Okay.
One of those newer schools. And I'm like, that doesn't count because they weren't around.
So you have the old school North Side record. He's got.
Yeah, there you go.
He can share the overall. Is that how we're going to do it?
Yeah, that's it. But and God forgive me for not remembering his name, but shout out to him because he's also a football player. So, I want to give props to him. But
absolutely,
yeah, I just found out. Yeah.
That is awesome. Indy, man, always great catching up. Thanks for playing along today with Who Are You?
Oh, and congratulations to Anthony who won it, and thank you to him for making sure that game didn't last like 3 hours. Before the
Trust me, we're all thankful for
Yes.
that. ND, always appreciate it, man. We'll catch up soon.
All right, I'll see y'all soon.
Great stuff. The great Indy Kalu here on the Blitz. That was a lot of fun. We'll react to what Indy had to say because we're way late for the break.
Yeah.
Here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you're looking for authentic sausage, the kind you could find in butcher shops back in the old days, then Kielbasa smoked sausage is what you've been looking for. You see, Kielbasa makes their legendary smoked sausage in small 150-pound batches with only fresh, high-quality ingredients, never frozen meat. They never add fillers or chemicals that you can't pronounce. Then it is smoked over real hardwood. Real smoke, honest meat, slow crafted. What they say is in their products is exactly what is in there. They're proud their ingredient list is short, straightforward, and doesn't require a PhD in chemistry to translate, because the only way they can guarantee Kielbasa will be the best sausage you've ever eaten is by using only real hardwood with their uncompromising slow-crafted method, fresh spices, and yes, only honest meat. No fillers, no enhancers. If it's not the best sausage you've ever eaten, just give Michael Kielbasa a call and he'll give you your money back. His phone number is on the back of every package sold. Real smoke, honest meat, slow crafted. Go get some Kielbasa today.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Breaking news all afternoon. Former Spur Ime Udoka has agreed to become the next head coach of the Houston Rockets. NBA has suspended former Spur and now Atlanta Hawk DeJounte Murray for bumping an official. And Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. Oh, my goodness. The Blitz continues next.
Be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Keep counting at those stop signs, Alex. Full stop and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney. Because you are a safe driver. Unlike most drivers who sign up for Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate for how and how much you drive, you could earn a discount for your good driving. So don't turn into an Alex rolling stop and goes whenever she wants, McSweeney. Because once an Alex full stop and doesn't go until she counts to 5, McSweeney, always an Alex full stop. Well, you know the rest. Sign up for Snapshot today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Yes, we do have availability. Those dates for how many guests?
Andrea's Boutique Hotel is the destination to tie the knot.
Oh, you want the whole property?
She needs an assistant to catch the bookings bouquets.
249 guests, huh? Oh, and 3 dogs.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans. So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you grilled or smoked, and you could win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
So good and tasty.
Grilling with the Blitz. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Fun conversation with the great Indy Kalu. And we were talking about, he mentioned, because Indy for 31 years has held the north side. I thought it was just the Marshall High School, but the north side track record with the 7-foot
high jump.
J-Rod, that traveling daddy on Twitter, tweets in at Joe Reinagel 210 at Jason Minix. It was a kid named Acevedo hit 7 feet at the district meet this year.
Well, so Indy's record wasn't broken; it was just tied.
It was tied.
Okay.
But Indy was right. It was from newer school. He thought Brandeis, but Brennan. J-Rod also thought we were talking with Bo Outlaw, so glad he didn't call in.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Somebody else said Brandon Roddy. So, go figure.
We get big name guests for the Who Are You?
That's right.
Brandon Roddy next week.
Yes.
We might.
Who knows, right?
I mean, we might.
Well, that was fun. It was fun talking with Indy. Hadn't talked to him in a while, so I was happy to talk to him. But that voice of his is just so unique.
You were nervous as hell going into that, not knowing.
Yeah, I was. Sure. Because I was afraid I wasn't going to get it. But I'm very impressed with Anthony. I mean, that was pretty good.
So I really thought, just going right behind the curtain here, every line was full before he said a word. All right. We've said enough now. Let's go through some of these that just called to win. I have no idea. And I even credit the guy that stayed on hold with no idea, right? I don't know if he was hoping that something would come to him at the last minute. But then to get a guy that was on hold before we started was pretty cool, because I figured after a couple of those, clear those lines and then some people that we're going to get there. I was surprised it went so quick.
Well,
I told ND today, man, I was like, dude,
our audience is probably smarter than most.
Well, there's not probably. I mean, so, that is very, very true.
This is not the audience that listens to R&R or Jimenez and Spence.
Wow.
Yeah, they're a little more,
we share a lot of audience. We hear people all the time that say they listen all day long. They just get smarter in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
Yes.
3:00, all of a sudden that brain power just goes.
Well, and when they get a little bit more educated, right? Is that what you're saying?
Sort of.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Don't be surprised, because I was talking to Indy earlier today, if he's in San Antonio for Cinco de Mayo, because he was wanting to go to the Viva La Brawl, which is coming up at Techport Center. Listen every weekday morning this week, 7:05, 8:05, and 9:05 for the bell. And when you hear it, be the 7th caller. So they get a bell in the mornings?
He's looking.
Be the 7th caller at 210-656.
All right, don't play it now. Not now.
But now.
But when you hear that at 7:05, 8:05, and 9:05, you can win Viva La Brawl tickets. But what's very cool is everybody that wins will be then in the running for the San Antonio Sports Star Ultimate Upgrade VIP package that includes 2 ringside seats in the Tech Zone,
wow,
an autographed boxing glove featuring all the fighters, and a 1-year membership to Davies Boxing and Fitness, and some Davies Entertainment merch, a T-shirt and a hoodie.
How about that?
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
So
that's going to be a lot of fun at the Techport Center.
Rudy J, and we're doing our show out there live that Friday, getting ready for everything on Cinco de Mayo. So, and Rudy J is going to be the ring announcer.
Yeah.
So you can win a boxing glove to hit Rudy J.
Well, that's good.
Or Rob Thompson.
Can we charge extra for that?
Well, that's up to Rudy.
Maybe we could, there'd be a raffle.
You think Rudy would be willing to get punched for charity?
I think he would.
As long as you don't hit him in the liver like Tank Davis did to King Garcia on Saturday night.
He's a charitable guy. No, you hit him, in the head.
You want to hit Rudy in the head?
Well, I don't personally, but
that's not necessarily true, is it?
There might be some.
There are some times where, or Rob.
No,
actually, you know what? If we're going to do the human punching bag, it's Michael Jimenez.
Well, that would be fun. And you'd probably raise a hell of a lot of money because everybody in town would like to punch Michael Jimenez.
Every dog lover in town, especially. Have you seen the latest from Michael Jimenez? So by now, everybody knows. And if you don't, we'll fill you in. The other day when we had that bad rainstorm, Michael Jimenez was out, but he had left his dog outside. Realized it was going to rain, whatever. So he gets home and his dogs have been out in the storm. Now he does have a covered patio, so most of the time that would be fine. But the rain was coming sideways and those dogs looked miserable. So he gets home and his dogs are outside. They're at the door begging to come in. And he says, before I open the door, I love you dogs, but I need a photo. And everybody is giving him crap for that.
Well,
right?
As they should.
Exactly. And if that happens, don't post it, right?
We try to tell him that.
What
were you thinking?
Yeah. Or, I don't know, just a remorseful comment. And then he was defending himself like they're animals. They're supposed to be outside.
I'm surprised he didn't have a poll on which one should I let in first.
Well, I asked him if he posted before he let him in or after. So then, because he's been taking so much heat, he took his husky over to Holmes High School yesterday to take a picture of his husky next to the Holmes Husky mascot.
Isn't that sweet?
It like, I'm a good dog owner. Look at this.
Yeah.
And then he had some poll about should dogs wear a sweater? And the answer to that is no.
I agree with that. I was trying to think of something that, it might be kind of cute. Although, have you seen the Halloween costumes that some of these dogs wear? I mean, it's pretty cool.
Now, there are certain types of dogs that I think sweaters are okay for. Right?
Chihuahuas.
What do you own?
I own a Havanese.
Havanese can apparently wear a sweater.
No, they got a lot of fur.
Oh, they have fur?
Yeah.
All right.
It's actually a Cuban dog. You want the history behind this dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was apparently the national dog of Cuba.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
All I know about them is they're called what?
A Havanese.
Have bad knees.
Is
how you translate that from.
This one does for sure.
Yes.
Not anymore though.
Well, you got 2 good new knees.
Two great knees.
Absolutely, some good knees for your dog that has bad knees.
So it's a have good knees.
Who did that? Somebody photoshopped the Michael Jimenez Holmes Husky picture and made it an album cover. The Michael Vick in the I'm Sorry tour. Wow. Wow. Chris Leha, congratulations.
That was pretty good.
That's well done.
Not bad.
That is very well done.
So I guess Jimenez is going to be doing those PETA commercials now. Or what is it with the dogs that are abandoned? Is that you get a T-shirt with it?
Man, those
ASPCA.
ASPCA.
Uh-huh.
I'm Michael Jimenez, and I'm reformed.
I love my dogs.
They're the greatest dogs ever.
Mm-hmm.
I would never leave them outside while I do a poll on Twitter.
Been a day of breaking news. Aaron Rodgers is officially a New York Jet. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're shopping for a new vehicle, go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options that are available. And you know price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Viva La Brawl! Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo at the Techport Arena. R&R in the Morning have your tickets to see San Antonio's own Castaneda brothers, along with the Navarez versus Heinen fight, Destiny Jones versus Brittany Ordonez, and more. Listen to R&R in the Morning at 7:05, 8:05, and 9:05 for your chance to win. Just listen for the fight bell, and you could be on your way to Viva La Brawl. Plus, one lucky winner will get the ultimate upgrade to VIP ringside seats, along with plenty of swag. Presented by Davies Arena and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Buy tickets at Davies.
Amazon Prime, HBO, Showtime. How many streaming services are you paying for? If only there was a way to track and cancel subscriptions easily. Well, there is. Just download the Rocket Money app. Rocket Money organizes your subscriptions by due date and notifies you when something is coming up. From there, decide whether to keep it or cancel it with just a tap in the app. To find out more about Rocket Money, go to rocketmoney.com/save or download the Rocket Money app from the Apple app or Google Play stores. Rocket Money, the money app that works for you.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. I gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. And breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
I'd rather ride a bike with my kids than ride in an ambulance.
I'd rather have a catch with my dog Curtis than catch pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like heart disease, asthma, or diabetes, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Learn more at Prevnar20.com. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
It's Michael Jimenez with Jimenez and Spence, weekdays 12 to 3. People ask all the time, how can we become part of the San Antonio Sports Star family? Well, if you have a business, reach out to us for sponsorship opportunities. You can advertise with San Antonio Sports Star with all of our talent here. Reach out to Morgan Harrison at morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. After that, she will get you in touch with one of our professional sales reps and get you going. Again, reach out to Morgan Harrison at morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
This is San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Former Spur Ime Udoka has agreed to become the next head coach of the Houston Rockets. That's kind of bittersweet. NBA has suspended former Spur, now Atlanta Hawk, DeJounte Murray for bumping an official at the end of the Hawks' loss to the Boston Celtics. NBA playoffs continue tonight. Milwaukee is in Miami for Game 4. Giannis will play tonight, and Memphis is in L.A. The Blitz next.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 70.
It's the Blitz on Neo Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Welcome to the 6 o'clock hour. Don't feel like we did a 6 o'clock hour all last week because of Rangers baseball.
I know it. This is like working overtime.
That's our normal time.
It hasn't been normal.
It hasn't been normal.
So we got to power through this 6 o'clock hour.
We're going to be fine, although I will tell you now, I might be a little bit distracted. I'm a big hockey fan. I'm a big New Jersey Devils fan. Game 4 with the Rangers and Devils is starting right about now. So especially if you're watching on YouTube, if you see me doing this a lot, I'm watching hockey.
Come on, man. They don't have a chance against the Rangers.
Oh, they won the last game.
Okay.
They lost the first 2 games on home ice.
Minnesota beat whoever the hell they beat yesterday, and that shouldn't have happened.
Well, see, that's a lie.
Why?
Well, because the Dallas Stars beat the Minnesota Wild last night in overtime.
I'm not talking about hockey, dude. I'm talking about basketball.
He means the Nuggets, Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Why would you bring up that when I was clearly talking about hockey?
Well, because, just because a team wins a game doesn't mean that they're going to win the series. You won a game. You didn't get swept. Congratulations.
The Devils are the higher seed. This is akin to you having a beer bet that Sacramento was going to lose 2 games on the road when they played at Golden State.
And they did.
They did.
Uh-huh.
The same thing here.
What's the same thing? So they're in New York.
They're in New York, and the Devils won the last game in New York.
So
they'll win this one.
Nobody has won on their home ice.
Yes,
is what
the
you're
home
telling
team
me.
hasn't won anything yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that changes tonight, then, obviously. The best of 7?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Dude. New Jersey Devils. What the hell?
And I'm a huge Dallas Stars fan.
How can you be both?
Well, it's pretty easy, Joe. I'm New Jersey Devils fan for a gazillion years.
All right.
And they're in the East.
Uh-huh.
And then when Dallas got a team, it's a lot easier to get to Dallas to watch games than, say, New Jersey. And so you kind of root for them in the West. Now, more than a few years ago now, when the Devils and Stars played in the Stanley Cup, it was all New Jersey Devils. They're the number one.
So who's your favorite team in the AFC?
I don't have one.
Why not? I thought that's how it is. You had one in the NFC,
I mean,
one in the AFC.
If you want to have a side chick, you can.
Okay.
You know, for a number of years, the Houston Texans were the AFC team.
Oh, my gosh.
But then they weren't, and they're not. Now, with D'Amico Ryans, maybe. But I don't I mean, with the NFL, it's different. Some of these other sports, I only have one NBA team. But I do have two hockey teams. But one is the main, and that's New Jersey.
So, yeah, you're going home to New Jersey. You just kind of skip out with Dallas?
Kinda.
I got you.
Kinda.
Okay.
Kinda. Yeah.
Just quick dinner.
Maybe.
And then,
maybe dinner.
What else? Yeah.
Maybe dinner.
It's a quick Motel 6. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, Super 8.
Super 8?
Be classy.
Well, I don't know.
The hour.
I mean.
Now, what's better? Super 8 or Motel 6? I mean.
Don't know.
I don't know either.
Stated either. I can't remember last time I was at a Super 8 type thing.
God, Motel 6.
When was the last time you stayed in a hotel that had the door open to the parking lot?
I can't remember. Honestly, can't remember that. It's been a while.
What's the matter, Pledge?
Because Pledge
this radio show just sounds like privilege.
Privilege.
Well, to a degree. Well, I mean, you work your way up.
The
room service. Now, I can tell you the last time I stayed in a hotel that had the door open up to the parking lot. It was in Houston at Super Bowl 51. And we were in the worst $48 a night hotel that was $350 a night. This thing was bad. I mean, it was literally, we had Craigslist hookers that were in the building.
Wait, Oxnard? I thought Oxnard. Y'all got a really bad one.
Oh, but the doors there didn't open up to
Oh, they didn't?
No, they have a stairwell.
Now, you don't have many motels like that anymore, do you?
Have you not driven down Austin Highway?
Well, Austin Highway. I'm talking about ones that charge by the night, not the hour. So there's a difference.
What are you talking about?
Austin Highway's Quickieville. I mean, you pop in there for an hour and pop out.
How you know, Joe?
Well, I'm just saying.
You need gloves for that shovel?
Dude. I never heard of, my grandfather, I told you this, he was like telling me to take me to Zarzamora Street.
Yeah.
And that's where all the hookers were.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. But apparently there's some on Austin Highway
or don't
too.
Remember.
No, I don't know. It's my grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to when you're growing up, he's gonna make a man out of you and take you down to Zarzamora Street.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Never did though.
He never did.
Never did. It's probably a good thing.
There's a handful of areas in town that have a certain reputation.
Well, Austin Highway has a reputation.
It does.
Yeah.
And well earned.
Absolutely.
Well earned.
Yeah.
Zarzamora Street. There's a couple other streets that, if memory serves.
Cherry Street?
Cherry Street, but wasn't it down by the old Buttercrust Bakery? Then they used to
Broadway?
Yeah, well, I mean, because when I worked at KZEP back in the early 90s, it was over there on 9th Street, about 2 blocks off of Broadway. And there were some areas in there and near the bridge that you certainly didn't slow down at that stop sign late at night.
So you didn't. That's a great
Frank Valdez with the comment of the day on YouTube. You want to read it? It's your dad.
Sure. Joe's dad was a bookie and grandfather was a pimp. Not exactly a pimp. Not that I know of anyway.
Did he have a fur coat?
He did not. My grandfather was kind of he's one of those guys that always needles. needle you.
Okay.
He used to tell my grandfather had a nose like it was huge, right? They used to tell me, boy, I wish I had your nose full of nickels. I'd be a millionaire. But he always said Zarzamora Street. I don't know, but
Well, how did you not explore that in your teen years?
Well, I'm sure I did.
I mean, you come up from Alice, and
I didn't.
All you want to do is go to Zarzamora Street.
I didn't. I was a youngster back then, and I never had to go to Zarzamora Street.
Well, that sounds kind of braggy.
Well, I'm just saying, there's how can I say this without getting in trouble?
I don't know that you can, so go ahead.
Yo,
you don't have to pay for it?
I don't
want
to say hookers. I bet it's like.
Well, is there a better term?
Escort?
Maybe. But yeah, I mean,
ladies of the night.
I never had to. Although I guess you do in some form or fashion.
You're always paying.
Dinner.
Regardless, you're always paying. I mean,
drinks.
There's certain establishments where I have helped a lot of young ladies with their college tuition and books.
Really?
Yes.
Paying off that med degree.
How did you do that?
Same way you did.
Wow, this is Jason Minix. I didn't know.
You were there.
I was there.
We used to have a guy here. His office used to be where Tim Spence's is now.
Yeah.
And he would when 94.1 played, music.
Right.
Music geared towards females 18 to 34.
Uh-huh.
There would be days where he'd say, he would pop in and say, "You want to go to lunch? We're all going to lunch." Music research. And we would go somewhere for the steak and fries.
Okay. I got you. I never dinner at one of those places or lunch.
It's lunch.
Well, I know,
It's
but
lunch.
it's like
And burgers are good. Steak's all kind of, but you're not really there for quality of steak.
Well, when I was here the first time around, you didn't really have to leave for anything.
Well, no, the Waterman days, man, they'd bring them in.
I'm just saying, or they worked here, one of the two.
Pledge?
Got a phone call.
Oh, that was from a phone call.
Yeah.
I have a phone bank right here. Did not see it ring.
I just letting you know, somebody called in.
They call your personal cell?
No, they called the hotline.
I did not see the hotline ring. The hotline. So they have that number?
No, not the hotline, but the
okay.
3776.
I did not see that call come in.
It came in, and he was like, "I can't stay on the phone, but here are the hotels that Joe was referencing."
Is he a pimp?
I don't know.
He's the booking agent.
He's the booking agent.
It's 2023, Joe. It's the booking agent.
The booking agent.
The booking agent.
What do you go? I don't know.
I have a friend.
10 minutes? 30?
A very good friend who is still and currently with SAPD. And there were times that she would do some undercover stuff. But she wasn't good being the undercover
hooker.
Lady of the night, because her teeth were too clean.
So, wow. Now, see, I never thought about that quality in a hooker. Bad teeth.
Bad teeth.
Do you really care at that point in time? Unless
I think if you're pulling up and asking questions, and apparently if you have good teeth, that's a sign that might be a cop.
Okay. Noted.
Who knew?
Noted.
The more you know.
Wow.
Who? You know who I'm talking about, because she's been in here recording commercials. Yes. And you would think that she would be able to
close the deal,
get a lot of people's attention.
She couldn't get that stuff where it makes you look like
you just don't know, man.
Like you don't have two front teeth.
I don't know.
She'd have been popular then.
My buddy had a Halloween decoration where he had those falsies in the front. What
are you talking about, falsies, Pledge? Oh, you talking about teeth still?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure what you were doing with your. If you were watching on video where he was putting those fingers in his nose. I'm not sure where he was going with that. That was odd. This has been one hell of a segment on Aaron Rodgers with the New York Jets.
Well, I'm sure
for Aaron Rodgers, going old school, it was 42nd Street back when I lived in New York.
Aaron should not have any problem, I'm sure, with Lady of the Night if that's what he so chooses
man? Did
to
Hughes
do.
just get a goal?
How about
the
that?
New Jersey Devils. They get on the board 2 minutes, 50 seconds in to the first period.
How about that?
To take a 1-0 lead. Just want to make sure that it counts.
Nobody really cares, honestly.
I care,
I think
and
you're
that's
the
all
only
that matters.
one.
Watch Jack Hughes, man. Look at that. Boom!
Yeah.
He looked like he was in the crease.
That's fine.
I think people listen to us would rather hear about Austin Highway and hookers.
210. Well, Michael Menace would turn that into a poll. 210-656 ESPN. That was a pretty goal. 210. What did I say? 656-3776.
That's the Kia Bassa Smoke Meat phone line.
Is that what that is?
That's exactly what it is.
You can call or text it.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Send all your Devil's texts.
Well, no,
all right.
If we won't get any.
Over under on one beer bet.
Oh, come
All
on,
right.
dude. I mean, you're going to call one of your, you'll call Hal.
I won't
Hal,
call. I will
call in so I can win this bet.
It's time for another beer bet.
There you go.
With the Blitz.
Somebody tell Joe.
Jason and Joe go
if
head
you're
to head with the
watching
biggest
hockey.
bet of the weekend.
210-656 ESPN. Do you know the name
So,
of the trophy that they're chasing?
If they're watching hockey, they're probably not listening to us.
Well, are you paying attention to the hockey playoffs? That's fair. Will you take that?
Well, I'm talking, no, specifically New York Rangers and New Jersey
There are
Devils.
people like me that are racing home right now. Like, I'm kind of mad because my wife texted and said, will you pick up Chinese on your way home? And I'm like, the Devils are playing.
Well, it's too bad it's not on the radio somewhere.
It's true. It's true.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. Boy, you'd have no problems. That or
Tony on the text line says, this is my favorite sports show ever.
Thank you, Tony.
Dude, it is a sport in a way. There's scoreboard.
Yeah, there is. There's always a winner and a loser in all kinds of things. So, I mean,
I
didn't want to keep score that way, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, they could get, if you're on a bad losing streak, that's not a good thing.
Well, that's what slump busters come into play.
Yeah? Slump busters? Oh. Boy, the phones are ringing off the hook.
Well, Pledge is talking to somebody. He just won't put them through. That's why I'm kind of stalling here.
Well, there you go. See?
I have no idea if this is a guy calling about hockey or hookers. I mean, it could be one of either.
Either way.
Or both.
Maybe needs a little company while he's watching the hockey game.
Well, I mean, I'm here for you. All right, Pledge, is this a call? What are we doing? You're telling me, I mean, we're late for the break. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. All right. Fred. Are we taking Fred's call? Oh, Fred wants to talk hookers. Fred, hang on. We'll get your hooker call when we come back. A hockey call, we would have gone right to it. Still looking for that hockey call at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let me tell you about my friends over at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria. Your one-stop for accessories, upgrades, and extras for your car, truck, Jeep, or SUV. NAW has a fully stocked selection of toolboxes for all makes and models. They've got diesel tanks, bumpers, grill guards, light bars, and so much more. They have great deals on scratch and dent options, and you're going to love their low prices on brands like Undercover, truck bed covers, WeatherTech, floor liners, and Steelcraft bumpers. Very much a low-pressure sales environment when you walk into NAW. You're going to leave with what you need. They have products that last and aim to make your work and life easier. Family-owned business that has been going strong since 1978. Go see Frank and the great crew over there. you're gonna get what you need there at NAW. That big red building at 3027 Calabar Road, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Go visit them or check out their website, nawtruck.com.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar presents the NFL Draft on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pick us in. Let's go to the commissioner.
Dallas Cowboys select. This is going to be a fun player to watch.
This Thursday, join 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star for this year's NFL Draft, live from Kansas City. Who do the Cowboys and Texans pick? Does Jerry make a splash? Who goes number one? And who's the next Mr. Irrelevant? Find out right here with the Blitz, broadcasting live at Slackers, Thousand Oaks, followed by the draft at 6 on your exclusive home for the Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's patio season, so get over to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road to enjoy the great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks, happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6, and the kitchen is open late until 2 a.m. every day. Add the Roo Pub into your lunch rotation with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. You know there is no better place to watch a game, and they always have all the fights. The Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here with Dwayne Sharping of Roof Fix. Hey, Dwayne, tell me about solar.
Well, you want solar to look beautiful. It's going to increase the value of your home. I mean, call us here at Roof Fix Solar Energy. Our solar is innovative. Our systems are installed just like shingles. They're really powerful, and we can really cut out in the utility bill.
Call 210-FIX-ROOF. It's time for solar. He said it. I'm doing it. Call 210-FIX-ROOF. Put it on a roof. Save some money. Call Roof Fix today.
Roof Fix.
Home of the low price guarantee.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide deals for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
If you have joint pain and they're telling you that surgery is your best option, please stop what you're doing and call QC Kinetics. Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star. The folks at QC Kinetics use the latest, most advanced regenerative treatments to bring lasting pain relief the natural way. Regenerative medicine harnesses your own body's healing agents to restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. The precision treatments are done in office with no drugs and no downtime. QC Kinetics has hundreds of clinics all over America and thousands of satisfied patients. If your joints are aching from arthritis or injury, look beyond steroids and surgery and discover the amazing possibilities with regenerative medicine, especially this time of year. You need to be living life to the fullest and doing the stuff you want to do. If you can get relief and avoid going under the knife, doesn't it make sense to check it out? Call QC Kinetics now. It's a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Tomorrow on R&R in the Morning, we inch closer to the NFL Draft and the NBA playoffs. Roll on. Now back to the Blitz. Joe, how'd you like that spanking we gave y'all on Saturday?
It really wasn't a spanking, and I've got the protest in, Rudy J. So.
Doesn't matter. You guys cheated too.
Thrown out.
We didn't cheat.
According to Rob Thompson, you used one of Rob Thompson's shots.
We did.
That means you cheated. If you want to go by the Tim Spence rule of, is I think we used 7 drives from Pledger.
Well, that's too many.
Well,
that's too many.
You didn't use enough of Rob, so clearly somewhere along the way you used too many too. It all evens out.
Well, then I think it should be a wash, and we should do it again. It should be a rematch.
I think we should do it again, but it's not a wash or a rematch. We are the champions of the bragging rights tournaments, Team Pledge.
Did you pledge your pledge?
That happened post-game. After everybody left the golf course, if there was any of that going on. We changed our name to Team Pledge.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wanted to be a part of Pleasure with Pledge.
I thought it was Pleasure.
Although if you looked at Michael Jimenez's Facebook post, he did take a picture of my golf bag and posted it on there.
Is that the one with the balls?
Yes.
I saw that. Where'd you get that? That's pretty cool, actually.
From my mother.
That was pretty cool, actually.
It was a gift a few years ago. And, well, it's a sack for your golf balls.
Right.
Yes.
But it's got the indentions.
I think people could figure that out.
Right. So
yes. It says on there, you can't golf without balls.
Right.
And so it's a golf ball holder.
Nice. No, I thought that was pretty cool, actually.
Yes. My mother.
How many drives did you use from Jimenez? None. That's the answer.
No.
17.
17. Is that the one where I was in the sand?
Yeah.
But that sand was like concrete. We could have played. Mine was farther. I could have been like Pledge and said, well, my shot's better. Because Pledge had a lot of shots that were farther, but not necessarily better that he wanted to play.
Yeah. I get that. I had some great shots right down the middle, and, Tim Spence.
Well, that's your fault.
Can't use that.
Because you guys had Tim Spence, right?
Can't use that. Well, that's what I'm saying. So we need officials to follow the team. So you guys don't cheat.
We had a couple of listeners that showed up out there. Dolphin Doug was out there, and DJ was out there. Both of them were useless when it came to keeping track with what was going on, because there were 2 times Dennis was like, oh, yeah, they bogeyed this hole, and we're thinking par, so we're thinking we're up. And turns out you guys didn't bogey, or you guys wrote down something wrong, and Dennis has no clue how golf works. It could be one of the two.
Well, it wasn't that. I mean, we kept score. I mean, obviously. Yeah. We didn't cheat on the back 9.
No, and we didn't cheat. There was no gimme putt. It was a fun day out at the Golf Club of Texas for our bragging rights tournament.
I think we need a rematch. This one's a wash, and we need a rematch.
It's not a wash.
With true officials, you guys don't cheat, although we need to scramble the teams a little.
We do. Wait, you don't want to go back out there with your same team?
Well, I think
then it's not a wash or a rematch.
I think
we're the champion.
I think we should scramble the teams a little. Although I got faith in Rob Thompson. I think he just had a bad day.
Rob had a really good Friday night that turned into a bad Saturday morning of golf.
Yeah. Well, it was actually Saturday afternoon.
True. Thank God we didn't have a
9
a.m. tee time.
Poor Rob, man. We got to about the 4th hole. And, where's the cart girl? Need.
So we went out Friday.
I got to have something to drink.
Friday night, a bunch of us went on a dive bar tour for my wife's birthday. I got this party bus, and we went and hit all these spots. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The idea of drinking on the bus between places and then drinking there, especially Rob will know this more than any, no shots at the last bar at the end of the night. That was too much, right? But everybody else, and I thought it was somebody else that bought the shots, but apparently that was James Pledger. Bought those shots.
Oh,
at the last bar.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, it was a good time, but then to go golf the next day.
I was perfectly fine.
The rest of us were fine.
I was fine.
And Rob was fine to a degree, except for his golf game.
Well, yeah, it wasn't good.
Yes.
He struggled.
Go to the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines. Ray, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Ray?
Check this out. You're talking about hockey right now and stuff, and I never was a big fan of hockey living here in San Antonio, except for when the Iguanas were there. It piqued my interest when I would go to the games, but I still don't know what's going on or what have you. But my boss keeps talking about the Dallas Stars, so when the very first game came on the playoffs, I said, you know what, I'm going to check it out. So I started checking it out, and oh my God, man, I'm an instant fan. Even though I still don't know halfway what's going on about the plays, the power play, and all this and that, but man, my anxiety has never been so high.
So were you watching the game last night when Otter was standing on his head late in that third period to get that win for the Stars?
I saw that it was. I know that it was an amazing win. I went to sleep, but I am following it, and I was watching.
That says everything, Ray. You fell asleep.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, that's good enough. I mean, we only needed one hockey call to win the beer bet. Ray, congratulations. You helped me out with that for sure. Although on the text line, Zach says, always watch playoff hockey. Go Bolts. And 9407 says, you're telling me that Joe does not know what the Stanley Cup is?
I know what the Stanley Cup is.
All
Come
right.
on.
Just checking.
I know what the Stanley Cup is.
Just checking.
It's not quite a beer bet win.
Why?
The bet, you said any caller text for the Devils game.
Yes. That was the Dallas
That
Stars
was the Dallas Stars.
I said hockey.
No,
you said Devils.
All right.
That we specifically said Rangers Devils.
Because you were talking about the score.
All right. So it's 1-0.
That's when I said nobody cares.
So it's still 2-1.
Damn, rules
And
officials.
Ray fell asleep.
Ray fell asleep. Who's somebody wants to talk hookers. Fred.
What you got,
Hey, how's
Fred?
it going, guys?
Good.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
We're good. Well, you might want to turn your radio down a little bit.
That or you're a happy
No,
hour somewhere.
I walked away. I'm actually on the east side right now, and I'm like, hey, hookers all on Cherry Street or whatever, and if they have their front teeth, they're good to go.
All right.
Hey, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, anyways, back to that. Yeah, just get it going, and I'm gonna send you guys, especially Pledge beer sleeves for your golfing game.
Oh,
awesome!
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna send you know what I mean? So you guys can stash those 6 beers of Yuling or whatever you got.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
there you go.
Appreciate that.
Hey,
Yeah.
and, I'm gonna send it in, guys. Fred Records.
All right, Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
Appreciate you,
Okay.
man.
Thank you. Yep.
I got one of those. They're clutch.
Front
Yeah,
teeth
yeah.
and beer sleeves. You know what Pledge does need? If anybody has an extra one, don't go buy him one.
Uh-huh.
But if anybody has an extra,
His
James
golf bag's
Pledger
bad.
needs one. James Pledger, and I've known James a long time, but I don't know that we've actually golfed like this, or I've never paid attention. But his golf bag has been through the ringer. It's all torn up. Looks like it's about to fall apart. It looks like it was a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
It's been through the ringer. Like, I felt bad. Like, as long as I've known James at, birthdays, Christmas, something, I've never realized this guy needs a golf bag.
Well, why don't you get him a golf bag then?
What do you think I'm trying to do for him right
No,
now?
you get him a golf bag.
Oh. I've had this bag since high school. I love this golf bag.
Yeah,
It's hard to replace a ping hoofer.
I don't know what that means.
It is a certain
Sure is.
style of golf bag.
A ping hoofer.
Sounded like Fred's hooker.
I know her.
Talk about a driver.
Whoa. A ping hoofer. I guess I didn't pay that much attention to Pledge's bag.
His bag is trash.
Yeah.
He needs a new one.
Well, I think that's good. Christmas is coming.
And again, if you realize it's April, if somebody has an extra golf, don't go buy him one, because if he doesn't get one before then, Ryan Eagle will get him one for Christmas. But somebody that has an extra golf bag, Pledge could use one, because what he has was an embarrassment.
You know what I don't get? And Pledge, you don't walk and play golf anymore. So why do you need a bag with legs?
So it can stand in the garage.
Well, my bag stands in the garage.
Yeah.
I don't have legs.
Does it ever fall over?
Does it have what?
Does it fall over?
No.
Ever?
No, mine
No.
doesn't. Mine doesn't either. Mine doesn't have legs.
Most of the time, and I probably shouldn't say this, but my clubs stay in my trunk.
Oh, mine do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be ready. Yeah, you just never know.
We're talking about golf or hookers?
Golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or hoofers.
Hoofers?
Only a ping hoofer.
His bag's an embarrassment.
Hey, I really like that Ping Hoofer.
Are we ever going to talk Aaron
See
Rodgers?
working tonight?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we might have to, I guess, huh?
I just read a text from a friend of mine I'm not going to read on air.
Why?
I'll show you during the break.
Okay.
It was about you and Adam's apples.
What?
And your
Adam's apples?
and your hookers.
I don't have an Adam's apple.
I'm talking about you.
Oh.
Devils continue to lead the Rangers 1-0 in the first period of that game. I had to get that in because Ryan Eagle probably wouldn't include that. And the Sports Center update that we'll get to in a moment after I tell you about my friends at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. If you're injured, and injuries do happen, when they do, you can skip the ER and get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area, extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. You can learn more online at tsaog.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. That deal was made today. The team swapped first-round picks this year, and there's some other picks thrown in as well. Former Spur Ime Udoka has agreed to become the head coach of the Houston Rockets. DeJounte Murray will not play in Game 5 of that series with the Celtics. He has been suspended for bumping an official. Wow. And hockey, nobody cares still. We'll be right back.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
San Antonio Professional Boxing is on another May 5th, Cinco de Mayo for Davies Entertainment. Viva La Brawl at the Techport Arena. San Antonio boxing like you've never seen it before. Buy tickets now at daviesentertainment.com. See you at the Brawl.
Tens of thousands affected by the toxic water at Camp Lejeune are left with death, cancer, Parkinson's, dementia, birth defects, and other serious illnesses. And along with the harm, so many worries.
My family drank the Camp Lejeune water. What if our health gets worse and we need more financial help?
How do I protect my VA benefits and get the compensation I deserve and need?
The answer is simple. Call James Harris Law, the experienced, trusted law firm that can get you significant compensation while protecting all your VA benefits. We're already fighting for hundreds of Marines, families, and civilians who drank Camp Lejeune water. But if you miss the deadline, you could forever lose your right to the justice you deserve. So call our Camp Lejeune legal helpline now. Now may be your last chance to receive full compensation. Don't delay. Call 800-368-5588. That's 800-368-5588. 800-368-5588.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and friction and reduce wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99. Limits apply. See store for details. Get Syntec only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power.
Up to 389 horses of it.
Innovation and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. Nissan Ariya with E-Force expected availability early 2023. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in Port One with E-Step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See NissanUSA.com for details.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm personal price plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this message Mateo left.
Jake from State Farm, you should know orange juice commercials make me cry. I feel bad for the oranges.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on this Monday afternoon that has had all kinds of breaking news. What a day.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Aaron Rodgers' trade is official. Ime Udoka to Houston, the head coach. DeJounte Murray suspended for Game 5, which was more than likely going to be the
and young play tonight for the Milwaukee Bucks. So lots going on. And of course, in the studio, and I'm a big New Jersey Devils fan, watching the Devils and Rangers play late first period. The Devils just killed off a New York Rangers power play, and the Rangers get another one almost right back to back because of the delay game penalty against the Devils. So the Devils defense getting a test early on in this one. New Jersey leading 1-0. And on the text line, 9407 tweets in, the Devils are the best.
Dude, he's just saying that. He wouldn't even give his name.
Well, it doesn't matter. He helped me win a beer bet.
Okay, whatever, dude. That's fine. What happened? Did the dude throw the puck over the glass?
Yeah, he took a puck right, it looked like in the area where LeBron got hit the other night.
Yeah.
And the puck dropped in front of him, and he just flipped it out. It went over the glass, and that's a penalty.
He got a 2-minute delay a game for that.
He did. The big news, though, it took 40 days from the time Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee and said, I want to be a New York Jet.
Yeah.
For them to work out a trade. Trade became official today. I look at the trade compensation, and it doesn't feel like it was enough. Like the Packers didn't get enough. I feel like the Jets really won this trade from the overall value. Although Twitter experts have it all over the place of who won the trade, which tells me turns out to be one hell of a trade if there isn't a decided winner.
Look, I think Green Bay got exactly what it wanted. They got rid of Aaron Rodgers. That's what they wanted. They got rid of him. So, and then the Jets got themselves a quarterback, and I think that's all they were missing. So everybody works out great. I think it was a great trade. I mean, I don't know what else Green Bay was wanting. And I get, people are going to compare this to the Russell Wilson thing, but Denver was just stupid.
Exactly. Some guy just tweeted in a photo of his TV. As you could see, that was taken right there. So they're listening to us and watching the game.
Well, how about that?
As we speak.
All right. Don't fall asleep, fellas.
You're not going to fall asleep during this. I mean, I'm telling you, that guy that fell asleep last night watching the Stars game has been drinking all day and just passed out on the couch.
Probably.
Yo.
And what else do you do on a Sunday?
Drink all day and pass out on the couch. Sounds like a pretty good day, unless you're watching Succession at 8 o'clock. But that's a whole other topic. When I look at this trade, though, now for the New York Jets, they're going all in. With this trade, where does that put New York in the AFC? I don't even know in the AFC East that this trade makes them the best team there. To me, that's still Buffalo. You still have Kansas City. You still have Cincinnati. Now, are they competitive? Absolutely. But if you make a trade like this, wouldn't you say this is a move that will put us over the top, not make a move like this to give us a chance?
No, I think, look, the AFC is just so brutally tough that you've got to make a move like this to even be in the conversation. But I think the Jets are now. And I think that AFC East is going to be really tough. When you're talking about Buffalo and the Jets and Miami, I think all of that is that's going to be a fun division to watch over there. But, I don't know. I mean, maybe Buffalo's better, but I think the Jets have a great defense and they've got some great young playmakers. And with an Aaron Rodgers thrown in the mix, I think they got a shot.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's go to the Kia Bosses Smoke Meats phone lines. Angel, you're on the Blitz. What do you think?
Hey, guys. While the last thing I want is for Greenberg to be happy after his Book 21 fiasco, not only will the Jets win the AFC East because Buffalo, with his disappointing endings, I think is mentally cooked, they are at least going to the AFC Championship. And I just want to be on record as the first one to say that.
All right.
So at least make the AFC Championship game, says Angel, and he is the first one to say that on this show at 6:47 p.m.
And so what does that mean? That Patrick Mahomes will send them home?
Maybe.
Interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. And look, it's April and we're talking NFL. I know the draft's coming up, but I can't wait for the season to start.
Dude, the draft, this was such an expected move, but now that it's happened, it's just, all right, let's go. Let's kick off draft with news.
And I have a feeling, Jason, that we haven't seen the last of it over tomorrow and Wednesday before the draft. Would not surprise me one bit if Houston trades that number 2 pick. And who knows? I think it's going to be a fun draft. I can't wait for Thursday night. Wow.
1-0 at the end of one between the Devils and the Rangers. Pledge is showing us a headline that we probably won't be able to talk about in the next segment, although I'm surprised that you were able to pull that up on the company computer, James.
Well, it doesn't really show anything but a little bunny.
Lots of them. Not bad for a Catholic school teacher. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're dealing with any issues at the house with your plumbing, your air conditioner, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential, or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quartermoon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. And let's face it, the weather right now, nice. But you know that hot weather, the hot summer is coming. Quartermoon has great maintenance programs that ensures your unit is ready for every season. You need to get your AC tuned up, call Quartermoon. They'll get you taken care of. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Viva La Brawl! Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo at the Tech Port Arena. R&R in the Morning have your tickets to see San Antonio's own Castaneda brothers, along with the Navarez versus Heinen fight, Destiny Jones versus Brittany Ordonez, and more. Listen to R&R in the Morning at 7:05, 8:05, and 9:05 for your chance to win. Just listen for the fight bell, and you could be on your way to Viva La Bra. Plus, one lucky winner will get the ultimate upgrade to VIP ringside seats, along with plenty of swag. Presented by Davies Arena and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Buy tickets at daviesentertainment.com.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies, accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice. Hey, this is Rob Thompson here with Dwayne Shopping of Roofix. Hey, Dwayne, tell me about solar.
Well, you want solar to look beautiful. It's going to increase the value of your home. I mean, call us here at Roofix Solar Energy. Our solar is innovative. Our systems are installed just like shingles. They're really powerful, and we can really cut out in the utility bill.
Call 210 Fix Roof. It's time for solar. He said it. I'm doing it. Call 210 Fix Roof. Put it on a roof. Save some money. Call Roofix today.
Roofix, home of the low price guarantee.
Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially since you're always growing and changing. Therapy is all about deepening that self-awareness, because sometimes you don't know what you really want until you talk things through. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. Visit betterhelp.com/score to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/score.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Missions Baseball is back Tuesday night at Wolf Stadium. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets. We are San Antonio.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now? Well, check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Get the last water softener you'll ever own and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
Visit KineticoSA.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Diamonds Direct's biggest sale all year is going on now with an extra 20% savings, an expanded selection, in-store designer appearances, and special financing. Imagine 20% off Diamonds Direct's already value prices on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry, and thousands of engagement ring mountings. Meet the designers who've flown in with all new collections for spring. It's the most exciting event all year with extreme savings and exceptional value. Don't miss this once-a-year jewelry extravaganza. Details, showroom hours, directions, and more at DiamondsDirect.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Look at old Ben Briseno tweeting in.
How about that? He's at someplace watching hockey.
Sitting at a bar watching New Jersey Devils hockey. I can't tell, though, from the photo what bar he is in. But I appreciate that there's hockey on a bar in San Antonio.
Well, yeah. Especially with, you got NBA playoffs going on, too.
Absolutely. Frank Valdez tweets in the New Jersey Devils picture. Appreciate that. Not sure if they're fans, but at least they're supporting. And I do appreciate that.
In the scheme of things, what difference does it make?
Dude, if I can turn somebody onto hockey and get them to watch for a few minutes and they become a fan and try to figure out what's going on, then I feel like my work here is done.
Okay.
Right? It is a great sport. It's not a great TV sport. It's not. Especially if you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you go and you watch a hockey game live, and this is, it's too late in the show and I don't want to get onto this rant, but damn it, the Rampage leaving, you go back to the Iguana days or the Dragons just to have hockey, even minor league hockey. But the Rampage, I mean, that's AAA level. That was good stuff. That was good hockey with a lot of guys that played here that went to the NHL a couple of years ago when the St. Louis Blues won. They won with Jordan Bennington, is that however you say his name, was their rookie goalie who was here in San Antonio for the beginning of the year. And he gets called up and leads the Blues to a Stanley Cup.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, there have been a lot of missions that have
absolutely
gone on to do that too. I just never got into it. And, I'll watch it, but
again, it's one of those, I think if you were to go watch live, it would change your outlook a little bit. And if you don't like, it's like me in soccer. Like if I go watch San Antonio FC, I always have fun when I go.
Right.
But unless it's the World Cup, hard for me to sit down and watch a soccer game on TV.
What's a live sporting event? I mean, most of them are fun.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, going to anything live. So, yeah. I mean, I appreciate it. I've never been to a NHL game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I've been to, minor league hockey for sure, and it was fun. Got to go on the ice, and we did a thing during one of the intermissions, and you get on the ice, and you're like in a little sled, and we're playing hockey
you
that
did
way.
Sled hockey?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That was cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Driving the Zamboni.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Did you ever ride on the Zamboni?
No, never have.
I remember when I worked for the Iguanas doing the radio with Wayne Amon back in.
Wayne Amon, wow.
Yes.
I remember that guy.
I mean, so many people think Tony Uminski is the only guy that's ever broadcast hockey in town. And, except for Wayne had, a couple seasons with the year that there was the Iguanas and the Dragons, and it was a nightmare. But we had this promotion where we had this hot tub. It was called a soft tub, but it was one of those hot tubs that, you could empty and set up. And, it was a cheaper way of having a hot tub. Those things weren't cheap.
Gotcha.
But we used to sell tickets into the hot tub down by the ice, and people could buy tickets and sit in the hot tub and watch the game. It was a lot of fun, except for dude from All Stars. That'd be a pretty good idea to put their dancers in the hot tub one night. And it was all great at the beginning, but as they continued to drink and they're All Stars girls, they started to do what they do.
Right.
And
I get
at
that.
a family-friendly event, it was a bit of a problem.
Yeah. So were they?
Yeah, there were some topless ladies
topless
in before
going,
and it was very distracting for when the players are complaining about it.
They weren't complaining.
To a degree. To a degree.
Yeah, until the game was over.
Yeah. We always ended up at Krabby Jack's.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Krabby Jack's.
Krabby Jack's used to do wings in the media room before every game, and then the players could all drink at Krabby Jack's for free. So after every game, we always ended up at Krabby Jack's.
Nice.
Good times.
All right.
Good times. Rob and Rudy get you going tomorrow morning at 6. We're live tomorrow. Taste of the North Side.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Follow Jason at Jason Menix and Joe Reinagel at Joe Reinagel.